Well, hello, hello. Let me turn that off. Hold on. Hold on. Oops. I gotta get better at that. Okay, let's go ahead and that. Glad to see everybody in here. Okay, let's roll the intro. Our boring one. Well, hello, 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 everybody. It's so good to see you guys in here. We got a few people in here already this morning, afternoon. We go back to the comments. Hi, Track. Hi, my love. Oh, shit. I always do this. Hello, everybody. I'm glad everybody's here. I hope everybody's having a good... What is today? I don't even know what today is. Let me look. Is today Wednesday? Is that why I feel like crap? Oh, today's Thursday. Wow, today is Thursday already. The weekend is coming. And I am stressed like always. It's only the 25th. Oh my God. 26, 27, 28, 29. How many days are in this month? Jesus. My mind ain't gonna stop worrying. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a crazy already. This week is flying by. It's flying by. Okay, so today's agenda. This is very disturbing. This article, this clip I'm about to show you guys. I have a couple cases on docket. We have Ash's cases coming up. That's second. That was going to be first today, but we have a breaking news, and we have a suspect that is on the loose. He's armed and he's dangerous, and he's already killed his girlfriend. Domestic violence dispute. She tried so hard to get out of there. It's very graphic. We also have so we have Ash's case second. We have this case first. This is a gruesome, extremely gruesome scene that these officers had found. Oh Lord, I didn't hear about this one. No, Ash, you did not hear about this one. There's 30 days in this. Oh my God, I'm going to struggle here. So this one happened, I believe, last night in the evening. I wish the person who heard the scream would have called right away, and instead she took 2 hours to go over there. And there also is a baby involved who was murdered. It's very, very sad. We're going to hear how the cop feels. There's a big, huge manhunt. This is out of Florida. We also have the third thing we want to get to is, if we have time, I'm hoping we will, is the Bowie high school shooting. There was a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. They knew each other. They had beef with each other. The 17-year-old shot the 18-year-old 6 times last night. This is at school. Now, this is before school was letting out. And this was on school property in between some, like, huddle school, private, I don't know, it was some, like, other classes that go on outside of the school in, like, these little things. I don't know how to explain it. This is out of Bowie. I'm on the bus too, Truth Seeker. We're going to make it. I hope so. Jesus. So I took my shower. I feel a little bit better, even though I'm still upset. But it's okay. It's going to be okay. I just know now. So let's go to the clip first before I read any articles. That way you guys can get, this is horrible. I wasn't expecting to hear this or find this morning. And to know that this guy is still on the...
It's easy to change your wall color, update your wardrobe, even erase fashionable tattoos. But it's not so easy to furniture.
Be prepared, you guys. This is a trigger warning.
I am taken back by the level of pure evil that has transpired when our suspect brutally murdered an innocent woman and a young child. About 5:30 this evening, we receive a 911 call when a roommate who also lives in the mobile home down the road here came home and found our victims. Deputies arrived on scene and immediately discovered that it was an extremely gruesome scene.
Oh my God.
Gruesome scene. An adult female laying in the backyard of the house in her own puddle of blood. A bloody handprint that we believe is hers as she was fighting for her life, trying to escape the violence that was occurring inside this mobile home. This gruesome scene got even worse when the deputies made entry into the residence and found a small child brutally murdered. Brutally murdered. These two innocent victims were beaten.
What in the actual fuck is going on in this world, you guys? I am terrified to even want to raise a child in this world, in community, regardless where you live. This is some scary shit. So this is in Florida. I'm surprised we don't have BHB out here making a muck of this. You know, we got so many people out here making a mucks of shit. And then you got people that want to fight online and have, you know, all these problems with people online when they could be focusing their attention on this. Why? Why is there so much beef and not enough people covering these sick, horrific things? Okay, I'm going to get my comments up so you guys can comment. I can read them. This is the man they're looking for. We're going to keep going.
To death by blunt force trauma.
Shit, guys.
Around 3:40 this afternoon, as we're doing our neighborhood survey, we learned that the neighbor did hear the scream, a female scream. They didn't contact law enforcement because they say that this wasn't something out of the ordinary. We believe that our suspect fled on foot. Yes, he is dangerous. He has killed somebody who he was romantically involved with. He has killed his own child. Where are we at now?
All right, let me say this real quick.
State attorney.
Pause this really quick. Copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 Copy Act right of 1976. The allowance is to made for fair use, purpose such as criticism, critiquing, commenting, research, educational. So take what I say, you know, do your own research, but this is coming from news. This is coming from WFLA. I always try to find my news sources and not other creators that I don't consider credible. So a lot of my stuff is from the news and digging and articles. You will not get anything from me that is not 100% actually, you know, we don't, you know, if we do speculate, it's only on adult cases. I don't want to speculate on little kids' cases. However, if you guys have a thing you feel that you think that, you know, I gotta put my thing on here. I'm cold. Anywho, I'll be hot in 2 minutes. So, struggling with just PTSD and everything is crazy, you guys. And then I got my ass stuck in this shit. It's a lot, you guys. I cannot believe that every day, I mean, Now, they don't release the lady's name, nor release the babies. Now, the baby, we don't even know the exact age. I think this cop here thinks the baby's age is between 4 and 5 years old. Okay. 4 and 5 years
Lopez
old.
is on scene.
Ages.
Our search warrant has been approved. We are now just starting to piece everything together of what has transpired inside and outside of this mobile home. As you can see, we have a large contingency of law enforcement in the area. Our helicopter, our aviation unit is out here. Our K-9 unit and several, numerous deputies and detectives as we continue to canvass this area. Our suspect is Angel Kuschak, an Hispanic male, 31 years of age. Angel,
he is loose.
If you're listening,
listen to this, Angel.
Hear me loud and clear.
Yes. Speak it, cop.
Turn yourself in. Do yourself and this community a favor and
let's back that up one more time. This cop, I don't know if he's a cop or if he's a detective. I don't know what he is to this, but he speaks the truth, and you can definitely tell in his voice how, like, at the beginning of it, I felt like he was getting really choked up about this. Like, he came in hot.
Suspect is Angel Kuschak, an Hispanic male, 31 years of age. Angel, if you're listening, hear me loud and clear.
Mm-hmm.
Turn yourself in. Do yourself and this community a favor and turn yourself in, and turn yourself in now, because I promise you, there is nowhere where you can hide that we won't find you.
Amen.
Again, extremely preliminary, but I'll be more than glad to share any information that I have. Is there anything that I can answer at this point?
What do we know about the suspect? Can you talk to us about what we know about him?
Not a lot. We have learned that the three of them have recently moved here as recent as 7 months ago from Guatemala. We don't know or have a bunch of details. Again, we just recently discovered his date of birth. We hope to gain more information now that we've made entry into the residence.
Do we know how old the child is? Like age?
We think, and again, don't hold me to it, maybe 4 or 5 years of age.
4 or 5 years of age, guys.
A small female child.
Can you release details on like what object he might have used?
Again, too soon. It's not that I would withhold it. We just don't know it yet. Again, the search warrant has just been approved. We have just made entry into the residence. So we have a large crime scene that we now have to process a lot of evidence and try to learn that information. That's part of what we're trying to piece together here. And we'll be here throughout the night doing.
Sheriff, any idea on how many people live in the house? I know you said an additional roommate called 911.
Great question. We don't. We know that there's 2 families that live there at least. We don't know more than that right now. Again, as we're piecing this together, we have detectives interviewing the different roommates, trying to figure out exactly who lives here. We're still trying to positively identify the relationship and the family dynamic that we have here.
It's going to go to an ad.
Book your first cleaning today for only $19. I felt like I hated my apartment, but it turned out.
No, this was a brutal murder, blunt force trauma. This individual killed these 2 poor, helpless, innocent victims by blunt force trauma.
You mentioned the handprint. Can you talk about where that handprint was and also the age of the woman?
The handprint was on the side of the mobile home. It looked like she was trying to escape the violence that was occurring inside
she was trying to escape, so that's how they found her. They do believe it's her handprint.
at the hands of our suspect and trying to escape with her life out of the residence, and she had touched the side of the mobile home park or the side of the mobile home as she was escaping. We don't have her date of birth yet. Again, not intentionally, not releasing information. We don't have her positively ID'd. I'd be irresponsible if I tried to make any type of guesstimate at this time.
Do we know if he got away in a car or on foot?
You'll have to try it one more time.
Do you know if he escaped the scene in a car or on foot?
Yeah, through our investigation so far, well, we have confirmed that he fled on foot through the strawberry fields and into the wooded area here in the area. We believe he's still in the area, and hence why you see such a large contingency of law enforcement, as this search will continue until we're able to put this suspect behind bars where he'll never have the opportunity to harm another human being.
Or if he's a U.S. citizen and undocumented.
For the residents who live in this area, should they keep the doors locked?
Yeah.
Yes, and we've made contact with residents here to make sure that they know, listen, don't answer the door for anybody and stay inside. So
would that reporter ask that way? Like, he could have asked it maybe in a different way, but he asked if, people can go back to their houses.
We're doing that, and with your help, thank you to each and every one of you. Continue to put information out. Yes, this person is dangerous. We're going to do our best to try to get him off the streets as quickly and expeditiously as we can.
He's legally here. He's here legally.
Again, don't know that. Don't know their immigration status. We just recently learned his date of birth as I was walking up here. Once we identify everyone, we'll certainly work with our federal partners and determine if they're lawful here, how they entered the country, and those type of factors and circumstances leading up here till tonight.
When do you expect residents to be able to return to their homes?
I'm sorry, you have to.
When can residents return to their homes?
You can return to your homes now. They can return to their homes. We'll escort them to the home. We will absolutely search their home to make sure it's safe for them and their loved ones to be inside the home. But yes, we haven't asked anyone to leave the neighborhood or leave the area. We'll be out here throughout the night.
Can you talk about the radius in terms of the search? How long has he been on the run? What's the stance of the search?
We believe that this homicide might have occurred when the screams happened around 3:40. We got the 911 call around 5:30. We know just the timeline alone that he got a good head start on us. But again,
so the 911 call was made at 5:30. There was screams at 3:40. Now, the person stated the reason why they didn't call was because they've heard those type of screams before. It doesn't matter, people. If you hear a scream, you better go investigate it or call somebody. You don't hear a scream and just think, oh, it's normal. That's not normal. It's not normal. Do you guys think it's normal to hear?
That's nothing we can't overcome through technology, aviation, and a lot of hard work and determination. And that's why all of us will be out here throughout the night.
The woman and the child, is it a mother and her child?
Me surfing the internet and me just invested in the true crime. You kind of got to surf the streets. You got to surf the internet. You got to search Google. I found this last night and I was going to go live, but I was like, nah, I'm going to save it for in the morning because it's still breaking news. Nobody's talked about this. I recently just found this last night. This happened yesterday. It says here 14 hours ago. Very, very, very gruesome. And I definitely like to check out WFLA now. Has like the best sources of good news. So a little bit of everything, I guess.
We believe so. We believe that our suspect was romantically involved with the adult female that we've located, and that this small child was his child. Again, I can't say with 100% confidence, but that's what we believe at this point.
Sheriff, I know that you said that the person said they didn't call 911 because they heard noises like that coming from that home before. Have you all responded to that residence in the past?
We have not. We have no history of calls for service here at this residence.
Sheriff, how are the deputies doing with such a horrific scene?
Yeah, as you can imagine, when our deputies, the men and women, have to respond to calls for service, and they have to endure a gruesome scene like this, it takes a toll on them. That toll becomes 100 times worse when there's a child involved.
That's why I don't write in my journal much, because
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
I've had a lot of trauma in my fingers and in my hands, so it's very hard for me to write. I can't write very nice, very neat. I have horrible handwriting. And that's because my father, when I was younger, instead of spanking, which that's why he didn't have us very much, was because instead of spanking us and our butts, it was either we got a slap upside the head or our hands got it. And my hands got it the most. So I get made fun of that all the time. All right, so let me go. This is the one we watched. Okay, so we have we got the buoy. That's in Arlington, but this one shows the actual picture of who we're looking for. So news.
Coming up on 6 o'clock this morning. Right now, the search continues for a man wanted for a double murder. This in Dover. I'm Caitlin Mockerberg.
And I'm Jameson Mueller. Our crew has been on the scene since late last night following the latest developments on this case. Deputies tell 10 Tampa Bay those murders happened at a home on Sumner Road. We want to mention there are multiple strawberry fields and wooded areas around that home. Deputies right now looking for 31-year-old Angel Kujak. They believe he killed his girlfriend as well as their young daughter.
Like, guys.
Yeah, we're told it was a gruesome scene there. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Valter.
So we can get a picture of the map.
As well.
So this is the map. So this is, I wish we could zoom in. Right there, double murder. No idea where this highway is at. I am not from Florida. So, but I'm just confused. 1 minute they say, so this happened in Florida. So Dover must be what? A city or a town in Florida? All right.
As their young daughter.
Yeah, we're told it was a gruesome scene there. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Valturo is live for us with an update now.
Yeah, Caitlin,
James said it happened down this road.
Saw two more forensic trucks just pull into this scene. Now we can hear choppers flying overhead. It's a very, very active scene, and you can see the sheriff's department blocking off the road. It's about 100 yards from where we're standing. We've been able to use these binoculars to really get a better look because a lot of the lights are off. There's still a very strong police presence. Lots of police out there. We're being asked to stay out here in this designated area.
No, he said they're asked to be stayed out there. So I'm wondering if the cops, if the cops told them to stay there, maybe they were going to give them information, give them news or something. Because why would a news person say we were asked to stay here in this designated area? Maybe just so they don't go out branching. Maybe that area was safe for them, because the suspect at this time of him doing this interview, he states that the suspect was still on the loose. The suspect is still on the loose, you guys.
Gruesome incident. A mother and her child beaten to death, and 31-year-old Angel Kushuk is still on the run, believed to be responsible. Now, the sheriff says the mother was found dead, lying in a puddle of her own blood. Her daughter was found close by, believed between 4 or 5 years old, dead inside the mobile home. Now, police say the woman tried desperately to survive, and a neighbor even heard screams. Sheriff says the neighbor didn't call 911 because it wasn't uncommon for them to hear those types of noises coming from that mobile home. Now, a roommate came to the house and discovered the body about 2 hours later, leading to deputies to race to the home where they discovered this very chilling scene.
Angel, if you're listening,
I love this sheriff, you guys.
Hear me loud and clear. Sheriff. Turn yourself in. Do yourself and this community a favor and turn yourself in, and turn yourself in now, because I promise you There is nowhere where
hide.
you can hide that we won't find you.
God,
now this is still a very active investigation. Plenty of sheriff deputies, canine units, and like we were saying earlier, you could hear the choppers overhead from those aviation units. Now the police are telling the community to really be on the lookout and stay on high alert because Angel Kushok is believed to be extremely dangerous, and they're asking anyone with any information on his whereabouts to please contact the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. For now, reporting live in Dover, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and hopefully with the sun coming up soon, they're going to make some progress out there. We're going to continue to check back with Nick throughout the morning and keep you updated on this developing story, both on air as well as our free 10 Tampa Bay app.
You guys, can you believe that? Like, this guy is on the loose. Does it show his picture again? Let's go back to his picture.
Angel Kushok.
This is Angel. This isn't a very good photograph of him, but this is who we need to find. He is wanted for a double murder. This is warm now. I've been up since 8:30 this morning. Getting yelled at. Getting chewed out this morning. Jesus, criminy. YouTube ain't safe no more. You're not allowed to go out in the branch, so be careful who you go to because you'd be accused of shit. Okay. When I dig on YouTube, I'm not out here like, I had no idea. It just irks me. I just pop back in my head because it just infuriates me. But whatever. Slander my character. Make me seem out to be this worst evil person. Okay, so the next thing I do want to go to, is this him? Tampa Bay streamed. Let's just double check we're not missing nothing. Because I didn't see this one. Streamed 21 minutes ago. Let's hope. Let's hope, guys. Let it be good news. Let it be good news.
I stood in this very spot late last night and made a commitment to this community that there was nowhere that this murderer would be able to hide that we wouldn't find him. Yes. I now stand here less than 24 hours later and tell you that this murderer who brutally murdered and committed this heinous, vile, and unthinkable crime against these two innocent victims is under arrest. Yes. Let me talk a little bit now about how we got here.
My last
how did we
for
get
that
to
one.
this point?
I
have to tell you, me as the sheriff and me as someone in this community, like all of you,
got him.
We shouldn't be more proud of the men and women that are the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and what they've accomplished here in the last 24 hours. They were determined.
He's
and
so
they never
smiling.
gave up.
I'm so
And
glad.
what I'm announcing here now is as a result of their efforts. Last night we knew that our this murder had about almost a 3-hour head start on us, and he had
3-hour head start, and I still got him.
So we immediately set up a perimeter almost 2.5 to 3 miles wide, because we knew he had this type of head start. Overnight, deputies, detectives, our canine units, and our aviators in the sky never gave up. I was here till early in the morning, and it was incredible to watch how this teamwork came together, this collaborative effort from all the teams here in the office, from the technology using that infrared camera and looking at heat signatures, watching the different canine units, and they would work as a team, how one dog would get tired and they'd bring another one out and keep the search going. From the bloodhounds, tremendous asset and resource, all the way to our apprehensive canines. They never gave up. At one point, we got extremely...
They never gave up was key, you guys. They kept going out there. Did you hear what he just said? Every dog that got tired, they brought a new dog in. So I can imagine how big the canine unit is here in Florida, because, And here's bro.
They
got him,
after
guys.
We gave an update last night because we found a bloody shirt that we are confident was his. So we all got excited. We're like, we're going to wrap this up. And then at times throughout the night, we continued to get extremely excited because the dogs would pick up on a scent, then they would lose a scent. This morning now it was time to go into phase 2 of this perimeter search. We wanted to close the perimeter in, hold the perimeter, but start closing it in and do more of a finite grid search. So we called out even more deputies and detectives to do that. Part of that was some a contingency of undercover detectives that are in undercover cars where they could go in and get a look without being seen as a law enforcement officer. During this finite search, one of our gang detectives, our undercover detectives, sees a Hispanic male that possibly could be our suspect. Could be this person who committed this murder, wearing a heavy jacket, almost like a parka jacket. So he sees this Hispanic male walking out of what is almost like an abandoned barn, abandoned housing area. So he calls it out. I have to talk a second about the professionalism, not only of every deputy that was out here, but of this detective when he showed the kind of restraint. We're taught when you see a bad guy, you run after the bad guy. But he used such great restraint because he knew that if he couldn't capture this murderer before he got into this heavily dense shrubbery and wooded area, that he would make it worse. He would taint the scent of these canines. So a lot of deputies out here overnight use great discipline by staying in their cars, not to taint the scent of the different deputies, either dog throughout the evening.
Wow.
So he, at some point, our suspect realizes that he's probably a law enforcement officer, sees him looking through the binoculars, and I think figures out the gig is up. So he runs, he refuses commands to stop, and he does just what we were afraid he that he would do. And he runs into a heavily wooded and dense area with a lot of overgrown vegetation. When I say overgrown, you can't see maybe 6 inches of foot into it, nonetheless try to navigate into it where he is. Well, he might have been able to outrun the visual sight of the deputies, these hard charging deputies that were out here, but he couldn't outrun the scent of this canine. And the canine took us right to it. And I'm going to release the body cam footage because it's so amazing and what you can see, and it paints a better picture.
I want to see the body cam footage.
Actually had to go through to
God, I hope they show it here
as they're trying to peel the layers back.
Who wants to see the body cam footage? I like this guy.
Constantly giving commands to surrender, to surrender, to surrender. They give one final command. If you don't surrender, I'm going to release the dog. The dog goes in and does what he's trained to do, either grab by the leg or the arm and try to bring him out to safety where the deputies can place him under arrest. During that, as the canine is grabbing the jacket, he's able to slip out of the jacket. By that time, more detectives were on scene, and they begin to help these two canine officers
one of you girls look and
that
see?
were trying to apprehend this
One of you
subject.
girls take a
They
peek
pull
and
him
see?
into
an
area that's not as densely populated. When I talk about the vegetation, they continue to give him a rest.
So how they found the victims was the girl who was trying to escape was screaming, and a neighbor had heard it but didn't call right away. And so when the neighbor went over to check 2 hours later, that's how they were discovered. And then boom, they started working immediately.
Commands. He is non-compliant the entire time. The body cam footage still shows the great restraint of
we have to find that body cam footage, guys.
To place him under arrest. Now comes the time. This murderer will now face the full weight of the criminal justice system.
Good. Look at him smiling. Can we smile with him right now? This is amazing. Look at that wonderful smile. He is so happy
that he committed against these 2 innocent victims. He has now been taken back.
I want to find that camera
our
footage.
Investigative area where we'll attempt to do an interview. I called right before I came up here.
I love this guy. I
do
like this guy.
We have some Spanish speakers getting ready to discuss with him. We asked him if he was bit. All he said is that in the back of his head area, he thought he was bit. We didn't see any marks. We didn't see any other,
Hopefully,
other marks on him. I think the
this
canine
is the one.
got
Is
more
this
of the
11
jacket,
minutes?
than actually him. So our crime scene is just finishing up here.
Because this one
I told
says
you again last
11
night,
minutes and 36
this
seconds.
was a gruesome scene. We do know now. Last night was
We
so
gotta go
gruesome.
over
I stood
Bowie
here
High
and
School.
said that they were brutally beaten to death. It was that gruesome. We now know that he stabbed these two victims. We know that he was romantically involved, not married, with our victim, who was 37 years of age, and our 5-year-old victim that he also stabbed
We're gonna have to look
violently.
for this. We gotta
Very
find a body footage.
He has no connection with that 5-year-old. We thought last night that was his daughter. We've learned that that's not the case. That her father, this young child's father's still in Guatemala.
Oh my God!
What questions can I attempt to answer? Yes.
Wow! We just found out. Wow, we did not know that. I did not know that baby wasn't his. The father to this child is in Guatemala. In Guatemala, however you say that word. Guatemala. I wish we had LE like they have FL here. Yeah, man.
Sir. Yeah, great question. We're still working through that. Our main concern was to identify him and find out how he entered our country. We learned with working with our partners on Homeland Security, he did enter this country unlawfully.
Ooh.
Now we will continue to work to find out, did his girlfriend, for lack of a better term, and her daughter come in here and enter in this country unlawfully as well? We're working through that at this time.
Okay, let me say this. Just because if they did come here unlawfully does not give them the right to be unalived. I'm sorry, I'm stating that because I think everybody should have a fair shot to come into this country.
Yeah,
I have a
the
heart.
child's not his. We did confirm that.
I want them to come in
Guatemala,
the proper way.
But the relationship we know at this time,
Because they're just trying to better their lives. They're trying to better themselves. And to be honest, they're one of the hardest damn underpaid workers out here. They are.
Another great question. We set up the perimeter about 2.5 miles, 3 miles away, knowing he had such a head start on us, even on foot.
I wonder if this is going to be the camera
we'll release
footage.
the exact location. Just about 2.3 miles.
Oh my God! And that is the suspect that shot that boy.
We should all be proud of the incredible passion and dedicated efforts of the sheriff's office. They did a phenomenal job of making sure they set up a perimeter, and their efforts kept him. There was nowhere for him to go.
Man accused of murdering partner.
Consistently as we did
I really wonder if this is going to show the camera footage.
He couldn't get up and go anywhere. There wasn't a square inch of this.
Look at all this stuff happening in Houston. This is all I got for you guys to go over.
Covered.
I have a lot. On this damn list.
The only thing he had on him was a little bit of cash and his cell phone. That was the only thing on him. Not that we're aware of. Some people that we spoke to said that he did reach out to them, and fortunate for us, every time he called somebody to ask for help, they told him absolutely not getting involved. So we do know at this time he did make some, because as we're going through looking at his contact, where he worked, his boss, his brother who lives here, different friends, we spoke to them. We were able to track them down throughout the night and overnight. And during that time, they all admitted that he had called asking for help, and they all declined that offer and denied that help and said, you're not getting us involved. So great job by this community. Luckily, because of those efforts, we're not sitting here announcing that someone else is going to jail for harboring a fugitive. Don't know. We don't know. All we know is that around 7 months ago, and we're still working on, we don't know the exact date because they entered the country. Correct. No. And again,
I gotta watch that.
100%. Let me just preface that. But we believe.
I think it's going to be this one that's going to show it. This one says 11 minutes and 50 seconds.
I don't.
And this one says 11 minutes and 36 seconds. And this one was streamed 9 minutes ago. This one was streamed 21 minutes ago.
We haven't. We have no calls for service at this mobile home where they shared with.
I can't believe it's him.
Some other individuals that rented some rooms in the home too. We have no calls for service out here.
I have the screenshots.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
One of the videos shows the cop with the deceased, and it's in one of the news videos we're going to watch. So just be careful, be aware of that. But I'm dying to find out where this camera footage is at. So, should we go with the 1 hour one or should we go with the gut wrenching? I think it's going to be this one. Look how cheesy. Look how cheesy he is, you guys. I'm so happy.
Late last night and made a commitment to this community that there was nowhere that this murderer would be able to hide that we wouldn't find him. I now stand here less than 24 hours later and tell you that this murderer who brutally murdered and committed this heinous, vile, and unthinkable crime against these two innocent victims is under arrest. Let me talk a little bit now about how we got here. How did we get to this point? I have to tell you, me as a sheriff and me as someone in this community, all of you, we shouldn't be more proud of the men and women that are the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, so maybe they haven't released it yet.
They were determined.
Does anybody have it yet?
And what I'm announcing here now is
why
as a result
seems
of
to take forever to be released.
Last night we knew that
this it could be.
Had about
it could be
almost a 3-hour head start on us, and he had fled.
Because he did say he was going to release
we
it.
Immediately set up a perimeter.
So
a perimeter almost 2.5 to 3 miles wide because we knew he had this type of head start.
Oh shit! We already watched one. My bad, y'all. My bad. Hold on. I picked the one.
You a little boot thing, so I'll give a hoot. Do say, girl, I know you a little too tight. I'll be shooting that shot like 2K, girl, I know.
I love that song. It's such a happy song. Where did that video just go? Look at this shit. See, this is what I'm saying, you guys. All you gotta do is get on YouTube and you'll find everything.
The level of pure evil that has transpired video, right? When our suspect brutally murdered an innocent woman and a young child. About 5:30 this evening, we received a 911 call when a roommate who also lives in the mobile home down the road here,
we found out
came home and found our victims. Deputies arrived on scene and immediately discovered that it was an extremely gruesome scene. Gruesome scene. An adult female laying in the backyard of the house in her own puddle of blood. A bloody handprint that we believe is hers as she was fighting for her life, trying to escape the violence that was occurring inside this mobile home. This gruesome scene got even worse when the deputies made entry into the residence and found a small child.
Okay, let me see if I can go back. There's him cheesing again.
This very spot late last night and made a commitment to this community that there was nowhere that this murderer would be able to hide.
Let's see if it's this one. If not,
I now stand here less than 24 hours
we're going to
later.
go on to our next article.
We have breaking news as we come on the air. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office has just confirmed the man accused of double murder in Dover is in custody at this moment. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay. I'm Courtney Robinson. All of this coming down within the last 20 minutes. Deputies say this man right here, 31-year-old Angel Kuzchak, killed his partner and their young child yesterday afternoon. 10 Tampa Bay's Aaron Parsegian is live near I-4.
We just found out. Hold up, lady. Hold up. We just found out that the baby is not his. The baby is not his. The father to that child is still in Guatemala. Guatemala. How do you say that? Maybe in a few days. You could be right, Miss Spitfire. Here we're just trying to rush
responders in the last hour. And Aaron, what are you seeing out there right now?
Yeah, we're here on Glen Harwell Road, Courtney, about 2.5, 3 miles from that home where those brutal murders took place yesterday afternoon. And I want to show you this field that's behind me here. This is right up against I-4. Just about an hour ago, 45 minutes, our photographer Ish Rivera was driving up I-4 when he saw a large swath of police officers, uniformed and undercover, running through this field, looking like they were looking for something. Now that since we've been back here, we can tell you that a number of officers have since showed up since the sheriff has confirmed that that suspect has now been apprehended. Of course, we were waiting for more details about how this location plays a role in that, but police right now focusing a lot of their time on this area about 2.5 miles from where that home where those brutal murders took place yesterday. Of course, we were waiting for an update from the sheriff who's expected to make his way to Dover later this afternoon. We'll give you more information as soon as we get it. For now, live in Dover, Aaron Parsegian, 10 Tampa Bay.
Aaron, thank you. And our team coverage continues right now. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Valturo live in Dover, where those murders happened. And Nick, the community was on alert all night and all morning as this search was happening.
Yeah, Courtney, this has been an extremely busy morning. You can still see there is a strong police presence right here. The road is being blocked off by the sheriff's deputies. We're about 100 yards from that mobile home where this gruesome murder happened. But here's the thing, this manhunt had been going on for more than 18 hours and finally some resolution. We actually just saw the sheriff.
So glad you guys.
The state attorney talking about that they will be having a news.
When I went to bed last night, I prayed. I was like, please, let's find this guy, because that little baby was running through my head last night. And then the school shooting, that got me too, because the 17-year-old lost his life. No, the 18-year-old, it was an 18-year-old that had died, that was shot and killed by a 17-year-old. How the 17-year-old got a gun is beyond me, how this gun violence keeps going up. I promised Ash we would go over hers. Her case is not that old. And I haven't heard nobody talking about this, and I want to say I've seen this psychic before, this lady that we're about to go over. But this was main priority. I knew this one had to be.
An extremely gruesome incident. The mother and the child
right there,
death. 31-year-old Anel Kushak is still on the run before and was believed to be responsible. The sheriff said the mother was found dead, lying in a puddle of her own blood. Her daughter was found close by, believed to be between 4 or 5 years old, dead inside the mobile home. Now, police said the woman tried desperately to survive, and a neighbor even heard screams. The sheriff says the neighbor didn't call 911 because it wasn't uncommon.
That's what makes me mad right there, is that lady heard that lady screams and you didn't call 911? You waited and then you went over 2 hours later? That makes no sense. Why in your right possible mind, if I hear a scream, I'm going to go tell my husband, like, baby, did you hear that scream? Like, and then he's going to go look to calm me down. And then, like, you don't just not report something. If you hear something, you hear a woman screaming, and I bet you her scream was probably like that horrific, like you could... When you know somebody's in danger, or even if you've heard that type of scream before, you don't know, and that's why you call 911. She went over there 2 hours later
hear those
and
types
discovered
of noises
the bodies
from that mobile home. Now, a roommate came to the house and discovered the bodies about 2 hours later, and that led
Could
to
you imagine that lady finding that and imagining that crime scene is already horrific? The sheriff did say that they found her palm print on one of the walls in the it might have been the outside, but they found her handprint, her bloody handprint, which is just so sad.
A strong police presence out here. We were kept about, like I said, about 100 yards from that mobile home. There are so many officers with deputies along with undercovers that are here still continuing to pick up the pieces and put together as they continue this investigation. But we are being told there should be a news conference here held shortly with more information. For now, reporting live in Dover, Nick Voltero, 10 Tampa Bay.
Nick, thank you again.
All righty. So we're going to stop sharing. I'm going to come back to you. Hi, y'all. Hello. Okay, so that's what we know so far with that camera. Tina's probably the main reason why. You know what, Spitfire? I said the same thing. Tina K, hi. I'm glad you guys are all here. Thank you so much. Listening from the bushes and cracking up. You and guacamole part, not the story being funny, but just the way you say it. Oh, thank you. I know, Tina. I can't say guacamole right. And that poor guy doesn't. I wonder if he even has a way of knowing if he has found out yet. But I can't imagine. But yeah, watching Papercut Tina go through all that hate is one of the reasons why I wanted to do my channel, to show people hey, Tina she still keeps going. I'm so proud of her. But there's a lot of people out here that just want to have fun, have a good creative show, and they get bullied, or you're told you can't go to this show, you can't go to this show, you can't go to this person. And what really got me this morning was, when you ask people for questions like, hey, what's going on? Tell me, like, I don't know. It's just, I was upset because instead of this person not putting me out there like that and making me look like a bad person, I did come and ask numerous times in the chat, who are you talking about? Who's got beef? So if I come across these people, I don't go in the chat rooms. Well, apparently I did it. I asked and nobody said no names. And then I went into this person's chat, listening, trying to get a feel for who they are. And boom, I didn't hear nobody talk. I didn't hear him, bashing nobody. And I asked, in that chat, are you, I'm a supporter of this person, blah, blah, blah. Nobody said anything. So I thought it was okay. And then when they did start bashing somebody that I didn't think I knew, I left. But it made me feel like I was back at Popcorn Planet, being a mod and being told that you're not allowed to ask questions because they're drama and this and that. And then it's just like that whole thing all over again. It's like you're not allowed to ask questions, but that's what you're supposed to do when you have issues, or if you want to find something out, information, and you go to do your own digging and your own researching, it's thrown back in your face. Like, well, you were there, why I have this and that on them. And I even said, hey, I asked you point blank who these people were. Nobody wanted to give me any information. So I'm just going to stay over here in my own little safe zone. I know my chat's great. I know I have good people that stand behind me that know my intentions for being on here. So I unsubscribed, and I wasn't even subscribed to the people that I had came across. Like, my algorithm in YouTube now is totally like, there's new people and there's new channels, and I don't know. How am I supposed to know if you don't tell me? If you knew you had fucking beef with those people, and then you didn't, and I asked you, and you couldn't even give me a hint, or you couldn't even email me, because you have my email. I've emailed you before. That's what my whole shorts are all about. So now you guys know. In general, if people have problems with somebody, or if you have questions or concerning them, email them, which is, I was in their chat and asking and didn't get nothing. So I just assumed, okay, well, I'm not going to find out. So I'm just going to go to who's in my algorithm at the time. And was a big problem. So I'm just going to start researching, staying in my own zone, staying in my own safe freaking spot. Okay, so, this next case is, well, let me just go to it because it's hard. Oh, shit, I'm in the wrong spot. It's hard to explain this one, but we're going to go to it just because it's going to be easier. So, we are going to this lady right here. Oh, shoot. Before we do this, we already got the suspect, so we already know. We can delete that one. All right. So, this is from the New York Post. This is Ashley's. This is Ash. This is Ash's case. I have a timeline too. But we're going to go into this a little bit. This is again, this is an LA mom. This is a mom now. Excuse me, this is a mom. Yes, me too. After Gabby Petito and the exact last time I won the whole Jade. Jade had been through hell, and that fucking piece of crap stole all of her stuff. That's why you never, ever, ever, ever believe in somebody that they're going to help you build their home. Don't do it. Don't give them information. And she was made to believe he was going to help her. She was in a vulnerable state, and so that's when the Pop Planet thing broke out, was because I went over to SAG. And at first I didn't trust, she didn't know, and she told me, hey, you're over here, You're not going to be able to go back. I said, I'm just here trying to find what the real truth is. And I met every single girl. I met Shadow. I met Saggy. Not actually met them in person, but I started to grow. I went to her story, and then our other in the meantime, when I asked about that fake video, supposedly it's not fake, it's really a video. He sent his own porn. But anyways, when I asked about that, I had one of his other head mods come at me. I got my wrench taken for asking questions. I had big head hog wheel came at me, and then that's when my friend Joey was like, I'm gonna start investigating. He confronted Andy. He got the same speech, and Joey his biggest freaking supporter. Joey bought that dude the Johnny Depp special edition thingy-majiggies. Joey was a big, huge, and so was Mike. Mike was another one. And so I've already come from a community that was totally bad. So when I came to YouTube and I found different creators, and then I kept finding out about their pieces of shit too, it's hard to find a good one. So I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad that I'm going to be one of the good ones. I'm not going to do what everybody else does and be a shitty ass person. That's not what having it. All right, let's go into this. How in the hell do I get that? Oh, right here. See, we learned this together, guys. Learn this together. My disability, and I'm still kicking ass. So keep hating, right? All right, is this stressing? Wait, what is this? Dog survived. Okay, watch that. Is this part of the video, though? Alright, so here we go. Killer LA mom who poked partner, pushed the kid out of the car in a murder-suicide, and reportedly terrified of the world ending with the eclipse. So this was published April 10th, 2024, 30 p.m. The killer mom who was butchered her boyfriend and pushed her kids out of a movie car before crashing into a tree on Monday was one horrific astrology who was terrified of impending the eclipse. She believed the eclipse would incite, according to the report. Danielle Johnson, a popular astrology and influencer who went by the name of Danielle. Okay, I want to say I've seen her. This lady. Gosh, how can be the most beautiful people be the worst killers? Can you believe that? Those beautiful people in this world. She just believed in too much. I don't understand that. Okay, so the killer mom. We read that part. Danielle Johnson, popular astrology influencer. She went by Danielle. Online, she warned her 106 followers to wake up and to pick a side. In the days before she carried out the twisted murder-suicide that spanned several. Oh, and that's another reason why was when when I was in Popcorn Planet, I also used my real name, Jacqueline, and that's when I changed it to Truth Seeker. After I found out a lot of people say you shouldn't use your real name because if you have any skeletons, which mine are, I've already said mine. I was in an addiction. I've been through hell in my life and done some dumb shit, and boom, bada bang, that's how you get, in trouble. You get a super little petty theft. But anyways, I realized when I was on Popcorn Planet, I went underneath my real name. I didn't know you were supposed to hide, your real name. So, I go by Jacqueline. You can call me Jacqueline, or you can call me Truth Seeker, or you can call me Truth Seeker Jacqueline. That is fine. I don't care. But my name is Jacqueline. And, yeah. So, there we go. a little piece of information. This lady, I can't believe her. So she makes pick a side in the days before she carried out this twisted murder. Los Angeles Times on Wednesday. Wake up, wake up, wake up. The apocalypse is here. Everyone who has ears, listen. Your time to choose what you believe in is now. Johnson wrote last week in a tweet that was viewed by 600,000 times. Get off of there. I can get there. Where did the button go? Keep going. I think I have a video too that we'll go and watch. Neither the self-described divine healer nor her boyfriend had any documented history of domestic violence. So in this relationship, it stated that there was no domestic violence. This is what I'm saying. Like, today was a domestic violence day because there's so much of it happening. This case had domestic violence. The reason why he killed, his girlfriend. And it wasn't even his baby, And this horrible, evil person did that. So sad. So, violence or calls to police leading the investigators to suspect that the sprawling bloodbath was influenced by Johnson's crazed and world paranoia. Sources told LA Times that Johnson urged her followers to protect themselves from the eclipse, which she doubled in epitome of spiritual warfare. So that's her boyfriend? Oh, see, this is what they do to me. I hate posts like this. This guy is not boyfriend. That's Courtney's boyfriend. Courtney, girl that only fans. Johnson, who offered self-helping and healing sessions online for just $2.99. $2.99 spewed optimistic posts and conspiracy theories about natural phenomenon on X. She looked the New Jersey earthquakes to wild suspense and accused the government and the media of trying to cover up what she feared was impending apocalypse. There are ways that they have programmed us with lies. Look at these, understand the agenda. This is real. This is spiritual warfare show. So this is her right here. This is her tweeter. I cannot believe she pushed her kids out of a vehicle, though. That's just crazy. Oh my God. Did she die or is she still alive, Ash? I'll just call you Jay. Okay, that's cool. Hi, Trav. I hope to have a plan to get her attention. Yeah. I quit watching, yes. No bullying here. It's a safe zone. Absolutely. You got it, girl. Okay, so Ash, do we know if she died or is she alive? Because we have a clip. We can go to it. I'm guessing this is the car, though. Johnson was driving excessive of 100 miles per hour when she smashed into a tree. Evidence suggests that she tried to drag the body out of the unit, but gave up and left his body in the kitchen. Oh my God. Evidence suggests that she tried to drag him out of the unit but gave up and left his body in the kitchen. She then piled her 2 daughters in the Porsche, which she drove through security gates. As she peeled away from the scene around 5 a.m., Johnson threw her 9-year-old out of the car and into a freeway while the girl clutched her 8-month baby sister. Authorities said the children survived, thank God, the fall and escaped traffic. Oh my God. The baby was found dead on the scene. Just when you think there was hope, you just had to kill it. These people are out. Oh my God. That little girl who now had baby said, oh my God. And then this is where Johnson threw her into the car on the highway, killing the infant between killing Cheney and herself. Cheney and herself. And I would live. I thought the 9-year-old daughter, the older child survived the fall and escaped the traffic, but the infant did not. Johnson's body was found several miles away at 5:30 a.m. inside a crashed car that had been driven to a tree at the speeds of 100 miles per hour. It was another 2 hours before police were called to the apartment where the violence broke out and pieced together of the horrifying incident. I don't know what this is. Police found a trail of bloody footprints leading to the apartment where Johnson allegedly killed Cheney. Police said Cheney and Johnson were engaged in a verbal altercation when Johnson picked up the knife around 4:30 a.m. The part of the clips was visible across California for 7 hours later. It is believed that the 9-year-old child is the sole survivor of this horrific attack and had witnessed her mother slay Cheney. Johnson killed herself more than 30 miles south of the site of Cheney's murder. Investigators are all still working on determining if the baby had died before being thrown from the car. You've got to be fucking kidding me. That was horrific. Trigger warning. You sound like you're glitching again. Oh shit. I think just the older girl lived. I think so too. Robot sound? Oh shit. Maybe it was just because of that article, maybe? Because it looks like we're good now, right? I'm sorry if it gets glitchy and stuff. I think it was just that article. I'm going to share this with you guys now. We're going to go to a different one. We're going to go find that article that, so look at my, we're going to go here. And then I'm going to close that. Come on.
You will get your entire apartment cleaned for $9. A pro cleaner will tackle your bathroom, fridge, oven, floors, and window.
I wish. Okay, now here we want to be at. We're here where we want to be. Yep. Well, maybe it's not here. Where did it go? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Maybe it's in my liked videos. I had it saved. There she is. So this was like 2 weeks ago.
Sir, here's a look at her. Who
Don't start on me now.
Posted about the solar eclipse being the apocalypse. Fox 11's Gina Selva, she's live with developing new information on this case tonight. Gina.
Marla, this case has been so shocking from beginning to end, and now we're learning about a new disturbing layer to this tragedy.
A lot of our foundations as a society are toxic. They're ungrounded and they're unrealistic.
LAPD confirms Danielle Johnson, aka Danielle Ayoka, seen here on the Scotty and Sylvia show, was an astrology influencer on social media who was concerned about the eclipse.
Eclipses, there's more births, there's more deaths.
Leading up to the eclipse on Monday, Danielle, who went by the handle Mystic X Lipstick, made several alarming posts like these. Wake up, the apocalypse is here. And the eclipse is the epitome of spiritual warfare. She also reposted alerts that signaled this is the final warning. Something big is coming.
This type of story is probably one of the most tragic and horrifying stories that we'll ever hear about.
Like the rest of us, clinical psychologist Dr. David Swanson, who never treated Danielle, is trying to make sense of this horrific tragedy. Just hours before the eclipse was to take place over California, Danielle stabbed her boyfriend to death in Woodland Hills, pushed her kids out of a moving car on the 405 freeway in the Westchester area, which resulted in the death of her 8-month-old baby and the injury of her 9-year-old daughter. Then Danielle died after crashing her Porsche into a tree in Redondo Beach.
Perhaps she thought that this eclipse meant that it was the end of the world. The apocalypse was here, especially because of some of the statements that she made.
There were plenty of similar posts and videos on social media predicting all kinds of disasters and the end of the world.
And when you're sitting on TikTok or you're on social media, and clearly she was an influencer.
You guys, she was an influencer. She was big and she did this. Like, how could you wrap yourself into something like that so deep that you believe that instead of getting help? Like, did her boyfriend not try to get her help? Maybe. I mean, I just don't understand how somebody could take the life of their children. Like, I mean, parents are literally using that term, I brought you into this world, I can take you out of it, does not mean people need to go literally. Literally. It does not mean literally to take your child's life. That term never was supposed to endure that. And now that term that we used to hear when we were kids growing up, I heard that as a teenager as a lot. My mom would always say, I can take you out of this. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out of it. And I'm like, you know, when we were kids, we never really thought, I never really thought that term would actually come. I don't get it. I don't understand how this lady could.
You know, she watched a lot of this stuff. It's very easy to get sucked into the fear that these videos start to create.
Could this have been postpartum depression?
I don't think it would have been totally postpartum depression because we have a lot of women who deal with postpartum depression and it doesn't result in something like this.
Well, the one case she did
makes it much harder to cope with other things as they start to come up.
Looking at this tragedy in hindsight,
postpartum depression. I also remember, look, like, I remember seeing her on, I don't know if it was YouTube or TikTok. I remember seeing her pop up once in a live, and I kept on going past it because sometimes you can't always believe people that are psychics or say that they have tarot, and you can't believe all that, you know? Oh, shit. There we go. Play.
Sense of this horrific tragedy. Just hours before the eclipse was to take place over California, Danielle stabbed her boyfriend to death in Woodland Hills, pushed her kids out of a moving car on the 405 freeway in the Westchester area, which resulted in the death of her 8-month-old baby and the injury of her 9-year-old daughter. Then Danielle died after crashing her Porsche into a tree in Redondo Beach.
Perhaps she thought that this eclipse meant that it was the end of the world. The apocalypse was here.
I thought I liked that video.
There were plenty of similar posts and videos on social media predicting all kinds of disasters and the end of the world.
And when you're sitting on TikTok or you're on social media, and clearly she was an influencer, so you know she watched a lot of this stuff. It's very easy to get sucked into the fear that these videos start to create.
Could this have been postpartum depression?
I don't think it would have been totally postpartum depression because we have a lot of women who deal with postpartum depression and it doesn't result in something
Now,
like
see,
But
that
certainly any
one
type of mood
case
disorder makes it
that
much
we
harder
had
to cope with
stumbled
other things as they
upon,
start to come up.
Looking at this tragedy in hindsight.
lady said she was dealing with postpartum depression and she killed 3 of her children. So I don't understand. You know,
Dr. Swanson
postpartum
says
depression
there
can
were
be
obvious
very,
signs.
very
The happy and
serious.
smiling Danielle had changed and was struggling with something dark.
She was warning people. She was saying pick a side. The way that she typed about it was in all caps. It looked like she was very disturbed.
If you or someone,
This is the number, you guys. Please call if you know anybody.
87. I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
All right. I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to come back to you guys. Okay, so now that we're here, indeed, Spitfire. That's why I love it here, track. Oh, thank you, Spitfire. That means a lot to me. Hi, Mary Jane. Shit, hold on. Okay. Hold on, I'm coming back to you. Hi. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Hello, everybody. And I'm so proud of how Jay has come. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me, you guys. It does. It means a lot. Postpartum depression can be caused, but if it was definitely her beliefs, you know what? I definitely agree with you, Ash. I just didn't like how that guy said, you know, postpartum depression doesn't usually cause this, but it can though. We've seen that with we didn't go into that subject that day. We didn't go into that case because it was from another creator, and I'd rather be with creators that are legit with more news and stuff like that. So I just think it's all about, you know, how deep was this lady into this? Because she seemed like she was in deep with astrology and the eclipse and the apocalypse. Now, I always joke with my husband and say, the zombies are coming. You know, the zombies are coming. And we have war kits and all that, you know, but we don't actually, I don't think it's actually going to happen. But I always say it is. It's always going to happen. Oh my God, what happened? Oh, Mary Jane, you don't even want to know, girl. What do you want to know first? Do you want to know about the suspect? Okay, so this is what we went over so far. I'm going to give you a recap here. There we go. Spitfire's already on it. So Spitfire's going over okay, so we just went over 3 years ago, almost had 4. It gets better. Don't give up, mama. Exactly. But Mary Jane, we went over the Spitfire told you about this guy. Hi, Brian. Hi, everybody. Hello. So the mom unalived her boyfriend. She was believing the apocalypse and the eclipse, and just we went over that one. And then last night we had a double murder in Dover in Florida. They caught the suspect. The sheriff did say he was very smiley. He said he was going to here, let me just show you this real quick. Well, should we go to the other case first? I'm wondering. Okay, so we're just going to show you really quick, Mary Jane. I'm going to show you this guy. Just so you have it. So you can kind of know what we're talking about. So let me share. So this was the first agenda for today. This was the double murder that we went over. So I'm gonna let
Right up on 6 morning. Right now, the search continues for a man wanted for a double murder. This in Dover. I'm Lamar.
I'm James Mueller. Our
they got him, Mary
Jane.
Following
the latest
they got
him.
On
this case,
he was,
he
killed his
girlfriend
girlfriend
at a home on Sumner Road.
and her baby.
Mention, there are multiple strawberry fields and wooded
This was
areas
the guy
around
that they
home.
caught.
Deputies right now looking for 31-year-old Angel Kushak.
And the sheriff did say he was going to release the body cam footage so that people could see the good work and how much of the terrain that they had to do to get this guy.
Killed his girlfriend as well as their young daughter.
Yeah, we're told it was a gruesome scene there. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Valturo is live for us with an update now.
Caitlin, Jameson, good morning. And we just saw two more forensic trucks just pull into this scene. Now we can hear choppers flying overhead. It's a very, very active scene. And you can see the sheriff's department blocking off the road. It's about 100 yards from where we're standing. We've been able to use these binoculars to really get a better look because a lot of the lights are off. There's still a very strong police presence. Lots of police out there. We're being asked to stay out here in this designated area for our own safety. But this is being described as an extremely gruesome incident. A mother and her child beaten to death. And 31-year-old Angel Kushok is still on the run, believed to be responsible. Now, the sheriff says the mother was found dead, lying in a puddle of her own blood. Her daughter was found close by, I believe between 4 or 5 years old, dead inside the mobile home. Now, police said the woman tried desperately to survive, and a neighbor even heard screams. Sheriff says the neighbor didn't call 911 because it wasn't uncommon to hear types of noises coming from that mobile home. Now, a roommate came to the house and discovered the body 2 hours later, leading to deputies to race to the home where they discovered this very chilling scene.
Angel, if you're listening, hear me loud and clear.
Happy.
Turn yourself in.
Sheriff got
do yourself and this community a favor and turn yourself in now, because I promise you there is nowhere where you can hide that we won't find you.
Now, this is still a very active investigation. Plenty of sheriff deputies, K-9 units, and like we were saying earlier, you could hear the choppers overhead for those aviation units. Now, the police are telling the community to really be on the lookout and stay on alert because Angel Kushok is believed to be extremely dangerous. And they're asking anyone with any information.
We went over so much. Hi, everybody. We got one more to go over.
We're now reporting live in Dover. Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and hopefully with the sun coming up soon, they're going to make some progress out there. We're going to continue to check back with Nick throughout the morning and keep you updated on this.
Okay, and if I find the camera footage, we will definitely be going. I will definitely be going live and showing that. Spitfire had gave us a tip that the body camera footage could be a few days. So as soon as that sheriff releases that body footage camera of them arresting him, we are going to watch it, because that made me happy this morning to find out when I found this last night. And then just while we were live 21 minutes ago, half an hour ago, we found out that they had got him. So the 911 call was made at 3:40. No, excuse me. Sorry, the 911 call was made at 5:30. The phone call, the scream was heard. The scream was heard at 3:40. The suspect is 31 years old, and it happened on Summer Road in Dover, Florida. The mom was found outside in her own, red. Baby was located inside, who is to believe to be 4 to 5 years old. So it's been, I like how see here. We're family here, if you haven't noticed. Yes, we are definitely family here. We're glad to have you. We're glad to definitely have you here. So come in and enjoy and just chill. There's no drama. I try not to talk about any drama, but I do get bullied once in a while. But let me show you this next case. Now, this was our third big topic of the day. Now, this happened yesterday around 3:30, right before school was to be let out. This is in Bowie High School. Give me a second. I got to get it pulled up. Come on. Close. Okay, let's do this. I hope I have the right one. Okay, so we gotta look for this one. I'm thinking it is going to be all right, so we're going to go with this one here. Okay, like that. Hold on, guys. Okay.
A tragedy locally for us, Arlington ISD, at school there today. Police telling us a student shot outside of Bowie High School is now dead.
Yeah, the worst end to this day. We got more information
It's
from
so
police.
sad, you guys. This happened yesterday.
The student died at the hospital. Once he's booked, though, the 17-year-old suspect will be charged with murder. Police are not releasing any names at this hour, but they do confirm the victim was shot 5 or 6 times just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. Again, this happened outside, but still on school property. Police do think the victim and the suspect knew each other. You may have seen video going around on social media. It shows an officer trying to do CPR on what appears to be the shooting victim.
We cannot tolerate this kind of violence in our community. We can't tolerate this violence in our neighborhoods, and we certainly won't tolerate it in our schools.
Again, that 18-year-old died at the hospital. The 17-year-old waiting to be booked tonight into the Arlington City Jail. Arlington police say they will name him once that process is complete. They also say they took a book bag that may have had the gun inside used in that shooting. Police are still also trying to figure out what the motive was here today.
So we know now classes at Bowie High School are canceled for tomorrow. This is obviously to give students and parents a chance to process all of what unfolded today. The shooting sent the community into an understandable frenzy when it happened. Parents had to wait for hours before they could reunite with their children. And Marvin Hurst is joining us live at the Reunification Center tonight. And my understanding is this is literally almost just coming to an end, if not within just the last.
In this video, pre-warning you guys, trigger warning, it does show the victim laying on the ground, shows the officer near him. So just
few minutes.
Trigger warning.
So the line is certainly a lot smaller than it was earlier this evening, actually an hour ago. At one point, the line stretched from the athletic complex all the way over to here where I'm standing at the Performing Arts Center, even down the block. It got shorter in the so the process and the problem, according to parents, is the way this whole thing was done. You have to fill out the paperwork in one line and then go to the next line to pick your kids up. Sounds very simple, but it clogged everything up. Finally, they were able to condense the process down, and parents are getting their children and finally going home. Parents coming to get their Bowie High School students met a challenge.
This process is not easy. Y'all just did something else.
The line to pick up students following a deadly shooting outside of the school got long. It grew and left parents wondering.
I wish I know that because, you know, like I have a son and, you know, it'd be nice to see him and maybe come back.
Police said the security protocols would mean delays, especially following an afternoon where a student got killed. Images from inside of the school revealed this perspective.
Whew, this is very, very, I can't believe this. I want to say that is the officer trying to evade help.
CBS News Texas has not been able to confirm this is the victim with police.
I got a very scary notice. Actually, she sent me a picture of the kid lying on the floor. It wasn't actually good.
There is also this image of a person getting detained. We've not been able to confirm he is the actual suspect. Natalie Moreno says that she was in line in the school's parking lot when her daughter texted.
And then she told me that somebody had got shot. There was shooting outside. And at this point, I saw cops running all over the place with their lights on. I heard sirens. I saw helicopters in the sky. Like, it looked really serious.
As police secured the scene, buses came to the district's athletic complex trying to know. Keep in mind, authorities say that's the way the process is supposed to work. It's supposed to be a little slower to make sure that everybody is taking home the correct child. But I was talking to one parent who was absolutely in tears before she left here. She tells me basically by the time the process had gone through, she had run through her phone's battery. She was out of emotions. She was just ready to get home with her child. And I think that's been the sentiment of a lot of the parents.
That was a long process.
Live in Arlington, Marvin Hurst, CBS News, Texas.
It was a very long process for them last night, and my heart goes out to the boy that was murdered. He was shot 5 to 6 times. We don't know what the fight was about. We don't know. They assume that these two.
Your hairstylist is flexible. Your barista is flexible too.
These two seem to know each other, from what the article said. Hold on. Did we just watch that one, didn't we? I'm trying to make sure I pull up the right one. Sorry, hold on. I wanted to make sure I'm not. Okay, so let's go to this one. So this happened right before 3:30, before school was about to let out. It happened on school property, but it happened outside in one of those off like class thingy-majiggies. I'm not sure how to explain it, but is it gonna play? What's going on here? All you guys see is a black screen. There we go. Well, maybe. Let's just take it in a minute, I guess. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. I swear. If I have to, I could go to the other one. But I really wanted to get this to play. I don't know why. That it's being silly. Because I think they take questions and they release a little bit of information. This was a press conference. I'm trying to get to play. Hold on.
Meanwhile, today, class is canceled at one North Texas high school after police say a student was shot and killed by a classmate. In fact, an hour ago, we just learned that this student has been booked into the Arlington jail.
That shooting happened at Bowie High School right before the last bell rang. After hours at a reunification center, all the students finally made it home overnight. Our Tiffany Liu is live outside the school this morning. And Tiffany, the suspect's in custody. We still have a lot of questions, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Mark, it happened actually outside of the school. Where the
Right
portable
there.
is behind me right here is where that student was shot and killed. But in that moment, it was still really frightening for the folks that were inside the school, the students and teachers inside, as well as the parents who were waiting outside. Now, this morning, like you guys mentioned, the students will not be coming to school today. School is closed after the shooting from yesterday.
See?
And it was right around the time when class was ending.
So that
Police
was
responded to
him.
the shooting at Bowie High School. When officers arrived, they found 18-year-old Datavion Barnes.
So that video where it showed that boy, that was him. So that was
on the ground outside
the
the
news
portable classroom.
showed
We were told he was
that.
shot
The
6
news
times
showed
and
that,
died
not
from his
that.
injuries. The suspect was arrested not far from the school. Police
sorry,
say
guys.
17-year-old is
Trigger
now
warning.
charged with murder. Even though officials say this was a targeted shooting, it left the school on lockdown and parents waited hours to reunite with their kids.
I've been on adrenaline, so I'm just now slowing down because they said that they just arrested him and you can see the helicopter still hovering.
I'm just glad to know that she's telling me, Mom, I'm safe. Mom, I'm safe. So I'm okay. I'm okay.
And it wasn't until around 10:30 or 11 o'clock last night when all families were reunited. Again, there is no class today, but when students do return.
Now, how in the hell does this kid, 17-year-old kid, get a hold of this gun? How? How is this happening every
The
day?
school, the superintendent says they will have counseling services as long as they need it. Mark, let's send it back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Tiffany. And of course, this comes about 2 weeks after police say another student opened fire, injuring another in the leg at Wilmer Hutchins High School in Dallas. This shooting is still under investigation, but police say there was some type of dispute between those students when one suspect pulled out a gun. Students there have been very outspoken since the shooting, demanding better security. The Dallas ISD School Board meets tonight. They are expected to talk about that shooting in their closed session.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Then. Goodness sakes, dude. Get your ass in here. Taking forever.
Gone through. She had run through her phone's battery. She was out of emotions and she was just ready to get home with her child. And I think that's been the sentiment.
This is just so sad that they had to wait. Look at this line. Could you imagine standing in that line, waiting to pick up your child, not knowing if your child was safe or what the hell was going on?
And
no
it'd be nice to go see her and maybe come back.
Police said the security protocols would mean delays, especially following an afternoon where a student got killed. Images from inside of the school reveal this perspective. CBS News Texas has not been able to confirm this is the victim with police.
I got a very scary notice. Actually, she sent me a picture of the kid lying on the floor. It wasn't actually good.
There is also this image of a person
And
getting
why
detained.
would a kid
We've not
even
been able
send
to
that to
confirm
another
he
kid?
is the actual suspect. Natalie Moreno says that she was
We
in
have a
line in
better
the school
video
parking
of the
lot when her
suspect.
daughter
Where
texted.
did
And
that
then she told me
go?
somebody shot. They were shooting outside. And at this point, I saw cops running all over the place with their lights on. I heard.
Maybe it's this one that they showed the suspect.
Getting a call about your the shooting at the sister's school. I'm actually I was at my other sister's house, and they just got the call. Yeah, she said it was somebody just got shot, and they were on lockdown, and they needed to get picked up. So I didn't know too much about it from there. I just got the call and was like, all right, let me just go ahead and see what's up with my sister. Go pick her up. That's pretty much it. It's a big brother that's scary, isn't it? At first, it was. I guess I didn't know not knowing what was going on, but talking to her throughout the whole process, I figured it wasn't too much of a situation. I didn't know somebody had gotten shot until after, until like a few minutes later. She had already told me they was on their way here or whatever. So when you were talking to her, what was her demeanor? How was she acting?
We're with 5. We're colleagues.
Okay. Yeah. She was pretty calm. She was a little irritated. She said a couple of the other classmates didn't take it as serious. She was taking it pretty serious. But, yeah, that was pretty much it. As a big brother, have you had a conversation with her about stuff like this? Because when I was in school, I didn't have to worry about it.
No, when I was in school, I didn't have to worry about this shit either. When I went to school, you guys, it wasn't even like this nowadays. Why? Why is it like this? These poor kids can't even go get an education anymore.
Not yet. What would be the conversation now? Well, she is a senior, so this was probably her last year. But I'm pretty sure, she's pretty strong-minded, so she pretty know how to. Nobody can be prepared for situations like this. You know what I mean? So there's really nothing you can do besides just make sure they know how to handle themselves in that moment, not to panic, not to keep your composure. So make sure you can think straight. When you pick her up, what's that gonna be like for you when you get to see her? I know she's all right, so you know what I mean. I guess it'll be like picking her up. Something happened at school today. It's a little crazy, but I don't know. It happens a lot, unfortunately, in this world. So yeah, I really don't know how to feel about it. She's all right.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to.
You know what I mean?
This guy, do you guys? Because he's like. He is just like, what kind of creatures exactly? Kittens. It's just you had to rescue a couple babies. Aw. I love rescuing babies and animals but I don't really know how to take this guy because he is like smirking, like not even worried about shit. Like
for her, she wasn't involved in no type of way, so I'm just like, all right, so as long as I don't really have no feelings for it. It's messed up, but I don't know.
It's crazy. Well, that was just, I don't even know what to say, y'all. I mean, this stuff getting every day is just getting, I don't know. Was there another clip of the school? This is what I'm gonna watch later. So let me go. Whoops, I hit the wrong damn button. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me.
I was at my other sister's house, and they just got the call. She said it was somebody just got shot, and they were on lockdown, and they needed to get picked up. So I didn't know too much about it from there. I just got the call and was like, all right, let me just go ahead and see what's up with my sister. Go pick her up. That's pretty much it. It's a big brother that's scary, isn't it? At first, it was. I guess I didn't know not knowing what.
Hold on, Mitter.
Coming up on 6 o'clock this morning, right now, the search.
Okay, that was a double murder charge. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Is it this one that we tried to play that wouldn't play? This is the one that I think shows the guy's mugshot. There, I'm not sure. Let me kind of see what it looks like, but yeah, this one does not want to play for some odd reason. I'm not sure why. It doesn't want to play. This does not want to play. And it's driving me nuts. Okay. So, what, baby? You wanted in here. I want to be in here. Well, now you're just going to have to wait a minute, dude, until I open the door. All right, so while we're here, I want to show you guys this really quick. Crap. Hold on. Oh. You asshole. All right, so this was one of my pop.
Tea light, the single flavored twisted tea with fewer calories. Keep it twisted.
12 deaths since.
Okay, so this is one of my pop-up videos I was going to show you guys. Apparently, Houston, Austin, Texas, Houston, they believe they have a serial killer, guys. Let me explain. After I burp. Okay, so this was 14 hours ago. I tried to pick the recent stuff, but I had to make sure I went over Ash's case because I have a couple other things lined up. I think Spitfire has shot me something. I think she has me a case to go over. So I'm going to work on Spitfire's case next. If you guys have cases and want me to work on, send them to my email. The girls has my email. You can go through them, or I can put it in the chat. But these girls worked hard on getting me these cases, so I'm trying to go over them as best I can. But I discovered this when I was in the restroom this morning. I know TMI. TMI is where I get a lot of research done on it, okay? On your phone. So what I do is I find the articles and clips that I need to talk, that we need to go over, and what I do is I don't have my Yahoo on my computer yet, so I just use my Yahoo from my phone, my email, and then if you guys send me the clips, what I do is, this is my process. This is what I do every day. Anytime I get a clip from my Yahoo, say I get a case, like Ash sent me that case to my Yahoo. So what I did is from my Yahoo was I took that link, sent it to my Gmail, then I pull up my Gmail, and then we go from there. But this is 14 hours ago, and apparently I do believe they found a body of this little boy here that's on the picture here. I do believe this little boy was found. I don't think he was found alive. But these bodies keep appearing in Texas. So we're going to let this play. I wonder what you guys have to say.
Thank you for joining us for our second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. The pain of losing a loved one still raw a year later. You just heard from the family member of John Christopher Hayes Clark, one of the many people whose bodies have been found near Lady Bird Johnson Lake in Austin within a 2-year time span. We're talking about a dozen people. Are those deaths a coincidence, or are they all connected by a murderous maniac? My next guest weighs in with his information.
Now,
and joining us,
several bodies have washed up in that lake. How is that possible? And are they being investigated? Are they being taken care of? Why do we know? It really is, Brian. I worry about them. It's so hard to get to try rehomes. Oh yes, I bet Spitfire. You rescue all kinds of animals, and some more cases you are following up on. Yes. Oh, the tree full of birds. That is my old love. A couple of them showed up around the same time, all cut up. See? Yeah, like a lot of these bodies are coming to light.
Uncensored tonight from Austin, we have with us Mark Gillespie with Gillespie Forensic Investigations, and he's the former director of Forensic Science Division at the Austin Police Department. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. A lot of people have been disturbed about Lady Bird Lake in Austin.
In 22 months, 12 victims of
killer or something,
drowning of men, 20 to 40, but
the police have made it clear these have been accidents, drownings. So your thoughts? How did we get here?
Finally, news crews talking about
It's a very interesting question. How did we get here? We got here because that area, Town Lake is a
that's a big ass lake.
60 acres. The loop surrounding Lady Bird Johnson Lake is a hike and bike trail, which is about 10 miles. You've got a huge party district on both sides of Lady Bird Johnson, both sides of the hike and bike trail.
Yeah, but sir, respectfully, respectfully. There's too many bodies rolling up on this in this water. So therefore, there's obviously something going on. There's some kind of crime or something going on.
It's a very interesting place in Austin, and I can understand why with 12 deaths in the past 22 months, I can certainly understand why people would think
well, we gotta go to the store.
Is happening. But you know, I have a lot of faith and confidence in our local law enforcement, primarily Austin Police Department, who has jurisdiction for that area. And I can tell you that if there was a problem, they would be on it. But I do also understand that it's a mystery.
Left. They took mine, so I don't get food stamps.
Our arms around that big tree like we would.
Miss Ann Horn
and it's not
jinxed
if
it.
Mark, the city's completely ignoring it. They're pumping hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of dollars into making sure that lake and the area is safe, right?
That's correct. They budgeted within the last year
I
or
should
two,
be able at least
about $1 million just to improve
maybe 2
lighting,
meals.
Sidewalks on East Avenue, areas near
2 meals.
the Rainy
This
Street
is 2 weeks.
district. So there have been some improvements to support
out the rest.
safety and to address this issue. So I know their attention is heavily directed on this issue.
Many families, I assume, just can't find closure in accepting a drowning when they hear so many people making noise, especially those on the internet, about something going.
Well, if you're finding all these bodies that are washing up, of course the media is going to get out there. Of course, I mean, 12. One of the comments was down here. In 22 months, 12 victims of drowning, all men. Hello? Do we not see a pattern going on? If you have 20 in 22 months, 12 victims of drowning, all men of ages of 20 to 40. I don't know how true that is, but that's just one of the comments. We can look at some of the. In the same period of time, only the unidentified women was found. Wow. People that don't know how to swim or get into close to the water is a pattern. That was uncalled for, dude. A dolly bird. There's some real strange-ish going on in this world. We can't trust anyone. Law enforcement do not enforce laws anymore. Then they break them. I don't know. What do you guys think about that comment? All right, let's go back to the clip here. I don't know who this is, so that's why I'm pausing and stopping, but this is in 1976. This is, hold on, let me redo this act here, okay? Hold on. Hold up. Copyright disclaimer. You cannot come after and get me because I'm doing the disclaimer. This is for under the use selection section of 107 Copyright Act of 1976, the allowance of me. Fair use made me an allowance to go over this. Fair use purpose such as criticism, critiquing, comments, research, news, etc. Okay?
Arrive, there's something suspicious, possible serial killer, and family members can't get that closure if that is in their mind. They keep hearing that white noise constantly.
Well, that's true. You know, we live in a time where true crime
He looks familiar.
Is basically monopolizing.
He looks like that PI dude that went after Jade.
You know, our Netflix shows. And recently, Nancy Grace got involved and did a.
Nancy Grace got involved in this
situation, so it's getting a lot of attention, and I certainly can appreciate the concern that the parents of the victims have, because you know nobody wants to learn of the death of their child under any circumstance. Right. And I know that especially
how did the death of that child happen though?
Since January of 2022, and it's gotten the attention of the media that parents are definitely going to be concerned if they receive the terrible news of their child or loved one being found recovered from Lieber Johnson Lake. So it's a tragedy. It's unfortunate, but you know, I think though that if there was a problem with foul play or shady activity, I think the police would have a handle on it.
I would agree with you. And there's also, you know, the looming mistrust for investigators, police in this country, but also a lot of noise on social media. But we called on you because you would know what's going on there. You're the expert in investigating deaths like this, and you haven't heard or seen anything that would make you think otherwise, that someone is out there snuffing out lives, right?
Well, I can tell you that, this is what I do and I love what I do. And if there was if I felt that there was a major problem with police not doing their job, or if there was evidence of a serial killer on the prowl, I would definitely, be proactive and get involved and be outspoken. But not there yet.
All right, Mark Gillespie with Gillespie Forensics and Investigations in Austin. We appreciate your time, and we'll see what happens here at Ladyburg Johnson Lake.
All right, guys. So, what do you guys think about this article? Is there a serial killer? Is there? I mean, do we know how that little boy died? After a year, the mom says that she feels like
the cost of living still skyrocketing.
I mean, if there's a lot
dangerously
of
wide open. Typical politicians have failed us.
if there's a lot,
I never in a million years thought that my family or myself will be going through this, and I don't want anyone to go through this. And I'm sorry that this keeps happening, and there's no answers for it because it's very sad.
Tears streamed from Regan Aparicio's face as she relived the moment she found out her child's father, 30-year-old Chris Clark, was found dead in Ladybird Lake in April of last year. He is one of the 5 men found lifeless in the lake in 2023. Monday, another person was found dead on the north side of the lake.
They're not trying to do anything. They just close the cases and they just deem the deaths undetermined or as a drowning, and then they just move on with nothing, no answers, nothing for the families.
In March, the city put up temporary solar lighting, signage, a fence along the trail, and a temporary camera near the trailhead. After 30-year-old Jason John was found dead in the lake on February 13th, he was last seen leaving Rainy Street after a night out with friends on February 5th.
I feel like they need to just have lots of barriers around that lake, and there needs to be 24-hour patrol around that lake. There's so much going on where Chris was found. I actually go there a lot often. I've been there in the nighttime, and there's nothing that's being done. It's very dark, and you can't see anything once you enter the trails.
The city is budgeting nearly $1 million to provide long-term safety improvements. This includes a new camera.
Wow, get that shit together. Did you guys just hear her? She is desperately trying to find answers for her husband. I think I said her husband, right? So how is this happening? Possibly what they have to investigate to know. Exactly, Spitfire, and it seems like they're not wanting to do that. They're not wanting to take the time to investigate. Obviously, there's a pattern going on, just like in the comments. I mean, we're going to see them on here too. Well, if it's dark and dangerous, just don't go there. Well, come on, people. Like, really? But I've watched a lot of done docs on Lake B. It looks like there are many are being drugged and robbed. Being drugged and robbed is what this person thinks. So if that's the case, if like look at this. This is a guy missing. Like, bodies keep washing up in Austin, Texas. There's that one. That one. Not that one. That's a new person I've been watching. They all beef about stuff. There's this one. This one. If the community is feeling this way, you would think
at the trailhead, more lighting and sidewalks along East Avenue expected to be installed by
so
the summer.
you think if their community that they're living in, the community, the citizens there, if they're all feeling like this way, then why in the hell are these cops being like, okay, our community is wanting us to investigate. We need to take time to investigate it instead of just rushing it, blowing it underneath the rug. Like, no.
A resident riding by the lake on Monday when the body was discovered says he's seen more police presence, but still worries there's a suspect on the loose.
In the recent months, when it does happen, we see Austin police going up and down the trail with their horses. But yeah, with this back, it definitely does concern me that they're not able to find out, who's doing this.
I feel like there is a connection and there's something going on at Ladybird Lake, and the police are choosing not to do anything about it. They need to take action. People are hurting out here. My son is 12. He's never going to get his dad back, ever. These families that have lost their loved ones, they're never going to get their loved ones back.
Now, if there's all these videos, no, something's not right, guys. Something is fishy with this.
I'm Dave Freilich. Thanks for watching this Crime Watch YouTube exclusive, where we take a look back at recent crime stories that have been making headlines in our area and across the state. Austin police are investigating a death after they say a body was found in Lady Bird Lake. The body was recovered from the water along Cesar Chavez between South First and Congress.
What was
7 Austin's
this?
Tan Radford has more.
Our initial thoughts were hopefully it's not, we just don't want it to be our friend.
Jaden Wolf and a group of friends were drawn to Lady Bird Lake after hearing Austin police recovered a body from the water while they were searching for their friend.
We went missing Saturday night at like around 11:30 on 6th Street. We were all just at the bars. Thought he went home with someone else and didn't end up coming home the next night or tonight. So that's what brought us out here.
Around 1:30
There's
Monday
too many
afternoon,
of them,
Austin
guys.
police received a check welfare urgent call.
A caller stated on the north side of Lady Bird Lake, 20 feet in the water, he thinks he found a dead body.
According to the police, they arrived to the scene to find a person dead in the lake along Cesar Chavez
See?
between South
Look,
First
there's
Street
all
and
this
Congress,
shit.
bringing fear to the group of friends and those that frequent the trail.
It's not saying if it's a male or female. So yeah, we're kind of hoping that.
How long does it take to get a summer body with wall Pilates? My bestie recommended the wall Pilates challenge from Yoga Go, and I've almost finished.
Figure out a little more information and get the word out that our friend is missing. We're all from Utah. We're here for work, so there's like no reason he should be missing at all. Like we all got here like Friday night. We're here for work, and then
They got there Friday night. Oh, it just got loud. Sorry if I busted your eardrums. That made me mad. So they get there Friday night, and they're workers, okay? So they're working men who are there to work on a job. They're from Utah. They're not even from this, and they went looking for their friend.
he went missing Saturday night.
It'd be hard to see how this could be an accident. I mean, it's pretty shallow water here. You have signs everywhere, so I don't know. It'd be hard to see an accident. I think if that was like the reason given, it'd be hard to believe. That'd be something going on with all the previous bodies found.
Abdul Tabaka rides his bike on the trail daily and says this is not the first time a body has been found in the lake. Last year, there were multiple bodies found, renewing fears of a serial killer. Last year, the city of Austin pledged $1 million for cameras and lighting near Rainey Street. Those improvements are set to be installed this summer, less than a mile away from where this body was found.
I know we have no details here yet, but if it's the same person, same story, then it's kind of crazy.
At this time, the identity of the victim has not been released. Police have classified this as a death investigation. Taylor police are searching for a propane tank thief. The suspect was caught on camera. Fox 7 Austin's Angela Shen has those details and a look at crime trends in Taylor.
Caught on camera, a propane tank thief in Taylor, and police want your help identifying him. You can see the suspect bring his bike and wagon closer to the fence. Then he puts the propane tank on his wagon and struggles to turn it around, but the propane tank falls off. He puts it back on the wagon and walks off with it.
That's a pretty rare theft, at least here in Taylor.
The suspect was dressed in a light-colored oversized jacket, dark pants, baseball cap, and riding a blue bike pulling a blue wagon.
Sometimes it just goes back to old school investigation, getting out, talking to potential witnesses, talking to business owners in the area, see if they've seen people that they don't recognize or been suspicious of. And then some of the newer technology, the cameras that we have around town, we're able to utilize those in some cases as well.
Crime statistics show from 2022 to 2023, there's been a slight increase in property crimes like burglaries and thefts, as well as a slight increase in assaults, but homicides are down.
We haven't seen huge spikes, and we haven't seen huge decreases from 22 to 23. So we'll see what 24 brings, but we feel like we're ready.
Police say in this theft, the tank was about $134. They say more than $90,000 worth of property was stolen in December of 2023, and $20,000 worth of property was recovered that month. As more people come to Taylor,
we don't ever want to see crime rise. However, with growing population, that's one of the challenges you face.
A woman is pleading for the criminal who stole her mother's ashes to return them. This happened last month at a public storage in Northwest Austin, and records show she isn't the only victim. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has that story.
I know for sure, like how I left everything, I knew it was locked, like everything was perfectly fine.
Until it wasn't. Taylor Davis says she received a message from staff at Public Storage that her lock had been changed, but she didn't know why.
I was just confused. I was confused.
When she went to check on her things,
they took everything,
including items that meant everything to her.
My mother's ashes that I can't get back. I had my grandmother's ashes in there as well. I'm sorry. I had some of my grandmother's rings, my jewelry in there, like TVs, like tangible things and non-tangible things, but I'd rather have the stuff that I can't get back.
She says they were in a big black trunk, which is now gone.
At this point, I am trying to do everything that I can just to get back the ashes. Like, that's it. Like, you stole everything from me, but all I want is my mother and my grandmother's ashes because I cannot get them back at all. So that's literally all I want.
Austin police records show from December 30th to January 30th, 3 burglaries were reported at this public storage location on Research Boulevard.
I just need to make awareness for everybody in the community, like watch your things, like protect your things, do whatever that you can, like make it be noticeable and make it be known because people need to hear about things like this.
When Fox 7 asked the workers at the public storage if they were doing anything to help prevent this from happening again, they referred us to the corporate office, and no one has returned our calls.
Things need to be brought out and people need to be held accountable.
If you have any information to help with this investigation, call the Austin Police. Meredith Aldis, Fox Crime Watch.
Wow.
Austin police have
Can you believe that somebody would steal somebody's ashes and just unimaginable. Like that lady just broke my heart. She just wants her grandmother and her mother's ashes. And somebody to do that is just ridiculous. Uh-oh, what do we got here? We got body camera footage. Uh-oh.
Made an arrest in the case of a murder that happened on February 1st. Rashawn Dobbins is accused of shooting and killing Ornero Young. Investigators say Dobbins, who was in a state of paranoia, opened his motel room door and shot Young, who was on the stairs of the motel. Dobbins admitted to police he didn't know Young.
God.
Officers say he still had the gun in his hand when they arrested him at the scene. Dobbins is charged with first-degree murder. The Austin Police Department has released body cam video of a violent confrontation with a man who they say killed his wife at a birthday party. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has that story.
The birthday party was over, but violence was just beginning. A caller asked dispatch as he tries to portray his urgent message through a translator. It was around 12:30 on Sunday, January 21st. The caller said someone had been stabbed multiple times, and the suspect still had the knife and was inside the home on Udmer Lane in Northeast Austin.
Oh my
When
God.
officers arrived, a man named Miguel Angel Pineda Lopez was in the front yard with multiple stab wounds. Inside the home, court documents revealed Jose Ronaldo Martinez Argueta had stabbed his wife, Mariuri Leticia Reconso Moncada, then threatened to rape and kill Pineda Lopez's wife, Delmi Dalila Montes, while cutting and stabbing her in the back. Montes says she tried to fight back, hitting him in the head with a beer bottle, while Montez's children were hiding in a bedroom. In the body-worn camera footage, screams can be heard from inside the home. Three officers made their way in and saw Martinez Argueta holding a knife.
Holy shit. OMG. I did not know that was going to play like that. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm done cleaning, I'm back. Oh my God, Ash, you've missed so much since you've been gone. Oh my God. It's possible they need to investigate to know. Yes. It could be suicide, but they haven't ruled out everything else yet. Okay. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to watch Ryan Hall's video when he's done. I think they upgraded the danger from the storms. Oh no. Is there a bunch of storms going on? I know. That's why I told my husband we have to go to the store and get a couple. I think we have 20 bucks left on the stamp card, so we're gonna try to go get a couple things for dinner. Cause right now it's the end of the month and I hate it. It's when we struggle right now. It's a struggle right now. This is fucking bizarre. I cannot believe. Thank God I didn't show him actually. So they go in and they hear screaming, and then they didn't bother. It happened so quick. I don't even understand how in the hell. They go in. I don't even see nobody, and they start firing. I don't see the guy.
To protect the life of that victim, the officers discharged their department-approved firearms, striking the male suspect.
The suspect's wife was found in a bedroom with multiple stab wounds. She was pronounced dead at around 1 a.m. The other two victims were taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. They've since been released and are recovering. Martinez Argueta also charged with first-degree murder and second-degree aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Well, if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, you can visit safeaustin.org or text them at the number you see there on the screen, 737-888-7233. Help is available at both of these resources 24/7.
Okay, so this happened, 2 months ago, and have you guys heard of these cases? They're starting tonight, Jay. Just keep an eye out. Okay. I will. I'm going to keep an eye out for it because I do like to watch the chasers, the storm chasers. I do like watching them. But this happened 2 months ago, and I had no idea. I've never even heard of these crimes that we've came across today. I've never even heard of that case, and to think that woman died from all the stab wounds, and I do believe there's children involved. Let's keep playing this clip.
3 officers have been placed on administrative leave until the criminal and administrative investigations are completed. That is standard APD protocol. A gunshot survivor is warning others about a hookah lounge in North Austin. She's been recovering after being shot back in November. Meanwhile, the shooter still hasn't been caught. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has that story.
The world's first titanium nonstick pan.
I want
Blow
this
your hair
pan.
back. I'm Mike
You
Brigel,
guys, I want
Michelin
that
chef,
pan.
and I've been cooking for 25 years. You like badass
Oh, that
shit?
food looks
Well, here you
good.
go. This is the coolest innovation
I
of our
want that
lifetime.
pan.
The non-stick surface is made with titanium. There's no coating on it. You can't scratch it. Not to mention, there's no Teflon on it. It's beautiful,
Hungry. I'm
but it's
starving, you
also
guys.
indestructible. Your car is going to break down before this thing. Your house will probably fall apart before this thing. This is also the only non-stick pan in the world that you can scrub.
I want that
scorched
pan.
earth. This is quite literally going to last forever.
I want that pan.
I love this fucking thing.
I think our place is Drew. Is it Drew Barrymore or is it Martha?
When 23-year-old Asia Moore left the Ghost Lounge and was walking in the parking lot.
No.
I guess they were shooting back and forth across.
Have you guys ever been to a hookah lounge? They are the coolest. They're fun from what I was told and what I heard about them. So this is just extra little pop-up stuff that I had time with. This is going to be our last one. The last of this clip is going to be our last clip. Then I'll come back to you guys. We'll chat for a few minutes, and then I got to go try to figure out my life.
And she was in the middle of it all.
I had took off running like in front of this car, and like I flipped off I flipped off the curb, but I'm thinking like I just fell from running.
But she had been shot.
So when I tried to get back up, like my whole right leg, like I couldn't get up.
Moore was shot in the stomach.
I remember them putting me in the car, police pulling me out the car, them cutting my clothes off, and then them putting me in the ambulance.
The bullet hit her intestines and injured her. She's left with 26 staples, a stent in her kidneys, and the nerves in her foot are damaged.
I was shot here. It came out on my right butt cheek.
This is just one of many incidents at the location.
So that's not the first time. I never thought I would be the one getting shot.
Records obtained by Fox 7 show from January to November last year, 60 911 calls came in for service at the Ghost Lounge. APD also says there are currently 12 open cases at that location. The owner of the Ghost Lounge didn't return our phone call for comment, but back in November, some of the staff assured Fox 7 the place was safe.
It's just always a great place here to be. Like, there's never any problems.
It's a great place to come, sit, and enjoy yourself without worrying about anything
Oh,
happening.
shit, you
On the night of the shoot.
lying. No, come on now. You know those two people are fucking lying. Why are you lying? Why are you lying to the community, your community? You're lying to those victims. Why are you lying? Why are you always lying?
The Ghost Lounge posted on social media saying they weren't responsible for people's actions in their parking lot.
It's
Moore
your
says she
store.
doesn't have a problem with the club, but
I feel like y'all were inconsiderate because I was.
It's their freaking establishment. It's their establishment. They should be able to keep it safe. They should be able to have the cameras. They should be able to. No, I don't agree with it. Respectfully get lost.
Was at Shot Club that night.
Asia Moore started a GoFundMe to raise money while she recovers and can't work. We have the link on our website. Well, thanks for.
These people are lying.
Any problems, it's a great place to come, sit, and enjoy yourself without worrying about anything happening.
on the night of the shooting, the Ghost Lounge posted on social media saying they weren't responsible for people's actions in their parking lot.
Can you believe that? That's some bullshit. Scooby! Scooby Wooby! Why you whining? Why you always whining? Giving me a headache. God, this damn dog. I love him to death.
Moore said she doesn't have a problem with the club, but
I feel like y'all were inconsiderate because I was at our club that night.
Asia Moore started a GoFundMe to raise money while she recovers and can't work. We have the link.
Hold on. Hey! Minnie, get up here. Scooby, it'll be all right. You coming in? Scoopster! Stop it! Get here! Come here! Why are you wagging your tail? Get over here! My husband jacked up the heat. I can feel it. Whoo, it's like a sauna down there. Holy shit. It's a sauna. Wow. So, what do you guys think about all this that we went over today? I know it was a lot, so let's chat for a little bit. Let's go through some comments. I'm so glad you made it, Brian. Thank you for being here and being a supporter. Hit the like button. Show me some love. I could really appreciate it. I've been working my butt off. I like how the stream is just chill, no drama. Yes, we definitely keep it with no drama. Hi, everybody. Anyone who want to come help me get ready for these storms, I really don't want to do it. Aww, I would come, but I don't know where you're actually. This world has got me mad. This world has gone mad, Mary Jane. This world has gone mad. Mainly getting everything where is not gonna blow away. Aww. Now, do you have like a farm? Do you have like a? I know you said you have a lot of stuff you're taking care of. What's involved Spitfire? LOL, but I'm not sure. So yes, this stuff has gone crazy. I moved most of my deck. Deck is covered. Okay. Yeah, so you are probably gonna get see, it says here it's sunny. It's chilly though. It's only like 4. We have a frost advisory. God. I'm like, my husband's standing outside talking to freaking fracking whoever he's talking to, and he's just letting them bark, and that drives me nuts because I get a big ass headache, and it's like the damn dog can see my husband standing right there, and instead continuously freaking barks like that. And I hope the storm's not too bad for you, Spitfire. I don't think we have any. Our storms are moving in overnight. Okay, hi Ninja. Just let you know I've been listening and can't chat as I was editing a video. Oh, well, thank you, Ninja, for being here. I love my bush. I love my bush watchers. Okay, I do love everybody when they're not. You don't always have to come to a chat and be in it. But just coming in and saying hi just makes my day even better. I have a tough one to worry about right now. So, yeah, this has been, I cannot believe this, but the storms, I wonder if we have any storms, because I'm in Ohio. So, if I'm in Ohio, the storms, I do want to watch the storm chasing guys. I like watching them. Although they kind of scare me, though, because sometimes they're speeding, so, they're going fast because they got to catch those clouds. They got to catch those possible. Okay, so here it says, breaking news. Uh-oh. Tornadoes and tropical storms and heat up. Oh, my. So, this is in Northwood. This is like all the storms. So there might be some tornadoes possibly. Most of the times when we have a really bad storm, usually Lake Erie will take it. Most of the time, Lake Erie does take our big storm. So who knows? Who knows if it'll even come this far? But right now it says 48, feels like 52. Or it says 52, feels like 39, like 44 degrees. I don't know. But then it says we have severe weather alerts, frost advisory from 12 a.m. till Friday, 9 a.m. So it's cold. Affected areas is Lucas County. Most advisory effective till midnight tonight, till 9 a.m. Friday morning. Temperatures as low as 33 degrees will result in frost. Oh, great. I only have a quarter of a tank of gas. Oh, shit. I hope it don't freeze. I hope my gas don't freeze in my car. Because I only got a quarter of a tank. And normally, I always usually keep my car on a half of a tank. Just because my dad always told me when it gets super cold, it could freeze and your car will be fucked up. And that's the only thing I have really that's worth it, really worth value that's left. I cherish my car. My car is my precious pride and joy, other than my dog and cat and bearded dragon, my car. Because it's like up here, it's not safe to take the buses. It's not safe to walk in this area. It's not safe but to have your own car. And even that half the time isn't safe anymore because car accidents, we just did a case the other day where the third party company van had the school teacher was driving these kids. There was 5 students and she hit a tree. Thank God that none of the kids were seriously injured. She was pretty injured, but so it's just like you got to really be careful when you're driving and when you just got to be careful, No airborne yard items then. Yes, no airborne items then. Which reminds me, I'm going to have to cover up my stuff if we get a bad storm. My stuff's been blowing off, like my gutters will blow off, and my husband can't get up there and fix it. It's because the landlord don't want to fix it. But it's crazy how these big storms and when we got a big storm in Port Clinton, we got tornadoes too in Port Clinton because we're right on Lake Erie. And Lake Erie always took the storms, most of the time took the tornadoes. So we didn't really have to worry about that. But so yeah, but these storms are going to get crazy. And I know usually I'm worried about this frost right now because this frost warning is until tomorrow morning, and it's for Lucas County, which is where I'm at. My flowers are going to freeze, and my tulips have just bloomed. Okay. My tulips have just bloomed. And, every year I have this lady that comes by and she clips my motherfucking flowers. I'm not kidding you guys. And I've said something to her in the neighborhood. I've yelled out, hey, anybody messing with my flowers need to stop because those are mine, Eventually I'm going to redo my nails. This polygel, I don't really like this polygel I have on. The Maron one, I think I used. The Ravon, or I used a different one. I'm not really a happy fan of it, but I've been working with my acrylics better. I've gotten a little bit of a hang of working with acrylic. It's just the smell so bad. But I want to find that good polygel brand. So far, there's two brands that I do not care for, which is I have heard the Savalind Polygel is a lot better. And I want to be able to do a good video, but I want to make sure the video is good. I don't want to give you guys a crappy tutorial on nails. But there's a couple products out there that I do not like, which is that one cat eye polygel. I used it one time. I really don't like it. It's too runny. You can't even get, you gotta chase it. And polygel is not supposed to be that runny. And with the one that I bought, it has some weird brand name. But I heard the Savalind kit is better for the polygel one. There's the Savalind one, which I heard is really good, and they have a couple different kits on that one. The Modelins polygel, I think it's called Modelins or Modelins. It might be Modelins. Their polygel is really good, and that so far is the only one that I really liked was the Models. The newest one that I got from Maran, I don't know how you say it. It's the polygel, but it's not as it's okay. I like it, but the colors are too the pink's not bright enough. The white is okay, but there's one that's supposed to be like a mood changing color. I don't like that one, but there's a couple good ones. But that one that's a cat eye, I do not like that brand. That brand is just too runny. But the Savalind one is supposed to be really, really good. So we're going to try that one maybe. I've always wanted a trampoline. I can't imagine growing up nowadays. I know, right, Brian? Like with all this shit that's happening, I would be scared to send my kids to school, to even, I love a good storm, though. I love a good storm. Trek. I can't wait until they have broadcast to see how it feels. He really wanted his own. Yes. I love trampolines, though. Oh, my God. I used to have one, and I lost so much weight jumping on one of them. I love a trampoline. Does anyone watch What the Hills? I can't believe nobody's in true crime talks about it. Brian, can you send me something to my email about it? Or how do I look it up? How do I look that up? Because I would. Okay, so he says, does anyone watch The Hills? ? I can't believe nobody's talking about it. Okay, hold on a second. Let's go take a look before. Oh, while I'm at it real quick. I did update my Amazon a little bit. I did add a few other things to it that I wanted to try and get, to try to do some nail kits. This is the one that I'm going to work on getting. I did add it to my Amazon list. But I really want to try the Savalind one. So this one is, again, this is the polygel one. But you get all those great colors. And you get the little machine here. Now, you might not be able to use that machine, that little thing there they send you. You might not be able to use it because it might not be powerful enough to cure them. Usually when you buy a kit from them and you try to do your nails, sometimes those lights that they send are not strong enough to cure it. So that's why I got a bigger lamp. But are supposed to be lasting 20 days long. Okay. So these are some of the color. This is the colors that you would get in this package. Now I have other. It comes with a slip solution, I do believe. 6 colors polygel, 1 slip solution, a nail blah blah blah. Forms. I don't like the forms. I don't use the duo forms. I don't like the duo forms. They don't ever work for me. I was going to my Amazon to show you guys this. They also have this one. Is a little bit cheaper. This one is just a pink and a clear. And again, it does come with the lamp, but I'm just not sure if that lamp is going to be strong enough. But then there also is, let me show you, is this. Okay, these what I have on right now is a similar company. It's the Savaland, but only it's the gel, which really works really well just by themselves. But there's a different company. It's called Beetles. And what you do is you get the nails, okay? And this is supposed to be 10 times better because it's, and it is. Like, see how much better your nails are from not playing with acrylic? Like, that's my real nail. But it's much more safer. See how your fingers, your nails are not damaged? That's just from me wiping off, getting off the glue, the excess glue. But you want your nails, when you take off those acrylics, you know how it damages your nail beds. With the glue products, you don't have that issue as much as you would with the acrylics. That's why I like to do the polygels better. Because of that. Look at me, I got sidetracked. Brian had me looking up something and I had to go to Amazon to show you guys this. But I updated it. And then, but this you don't get no polishes, but they're natural wearing, so you get these nails, okay? You don't get those nails with it. Oh yeah, you do. But then you just glue it and they last up to 2 weeks or 28 days. But then I'm also going to get, if I get that Beetles one, I would get these colors. Like, you get a 6-pack of them. Look at those pretty colors. I so want to get, now they have the nail thing that you can get. Then they have this, they have nail polish, or you can get the other kits where, but I just heard Beetles was a really good brand. Just kind of like the Savaland kit. I like that kit. I don't like the Savaland's polygel in the you can get the polygel in a like tub, but it's very gooey, sticky. I didn't like that one. I bought it. It was some of those kits my mom got me and my nieces got me because my mom has been doing like shopping online now. So she's kind of been learning how to use shopping sites and Amazon and things like that. So that's the main reason why I have an Amazon wish list is because my mom has me every year at Christmas time or my birthday. That way I can show her similar items or similar things that compare to what I find on Amazon. So, I usually write in my journal, but instead this is kind of like my therapy, you guys, when I'm going through all my stuff in my head. It really does help to like do my nails or write in my journal, my therapy journal, to keep my mind off of things. So I have put some things on there. I really on my Amazon, I have them on my wish list and I put it in my cart. So these, I can't afford to get the nail stuff. So that stuff's probably going to have to wait, right? So, but I really, 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 really like this case, this laptop case. I love that laptop case. It is so freaking adorable. I really want this case. I like this one because it has the straps. I can carry it up and downstairs. And then I also liked this one. Doesn't have a handle on it like the other one does. But I'm just worried about dropping my laptop, carrying it upstairs, taking it downstairs. Because usually when I get ready for a case, I usually come upstairs in the morning. And I usually come up here in the morning, do my stuff, start working. You thank you for catching me up. Oh, good, good, good. So I just kind of, keep my mind occupied, living with PTSD and going through so much. It's hard. So they try to tell you to keep your mind busy, not to think so much. And that's one of my big issues is I worry too much with my anxiety and PTSD. I worry a lot. And I worry about things that I thought I wouldn't have to worry about anymore since I'm not in that environment that I used to be in where I couldn't eat. I wasn't allowed to eat. And I had to do things to get food the way that I had to get ways to get food back then when I was living with Adam and Marianne and taking care of her kids that weren't even mine. I always made sure they were fed first, and then, if there was anything left, I got to eat, and a lot of people don't know that. So I worry about the silliest things. Nobody should have to ever worry about things like that. And I have to. It's just part of, being in so much trauma and so much trauma stages that sometimes I relive those issues and I can't stop worrying about them because, even though I'm not in that abusive relationship anymore, with everything going up in prices, gas is going up, eggs, milk. I can't believe how much a thing of eggs cost anymore. Or, and I always make sure I always use my coupons and, but the world with hunger is bad. There's a lot of people that struggle that where I live at. I see a lot of people going to food banks. If I knew where to go, I would go to a food bank. But I live in a not so great area, and we want to save up money to get a better place out of where we're at, out of the east side, get somewhere nicer. But unfortunately, everything is so high and expensive, groceries, keeping a car. Thank God my car is the only thing I got paid off. That and my, I got to pay off my new washer and dryer now. But, yeah, so it's been a stressful, worryish month, especially till the end of this month. Once I get through April, get in May, it'll be a little bit better. I tried to reapply for my food stamps, but they denied me. So I'm like, okay, well, screw you then. All because they want my landlord's information, okay? They want my landlord's phone number and all this other shit with my landlord. And I have a scumlord, so therefore trying to get this piece of paper stating that me and my husband both live here. We're both on the lease, which is expired. We don't have a lease anymore. But, so they wanted a rent receipt, which I produced them with my name on it and my fiance's name on it. Okay. And then we put Marvin's name, the lady signed, I think he signed, she said she wasn't allowed to put his number on there, but she signed Marvin. And it's just the stupidest shit they want from the welfare office. And it's like, dude, I can only produce you with the receipt that when we pay the rent means that's all we get is this piece of paper. Like, we don't get any We don't have his home phone number. We don't even, I mean, we have this business phone number. We can give you that, but I can't, just give you, it's just so silly. I was looking up this case that Brian said something about. Does anybody know what he's talking about? Brian, do you know what about that case is? Is it like a group thing, or is it like let me find it. You said something about the halls. Where is that comment? All right, let me see. Yeah, I just worry about my, carrying my laptop up and down the stairs. I'm afraid I'm going to break it if I fall down the stairs. Okay. Hails. Is that what you said it was? Spitfire, that's awesome. I'm having all those animals around. Yes. On the potty, Discovery has you so cute day. On the potty, Discovery. Yes, that sounds so cute. That's so funny. You should make that a saying, you guys. Okay, we gotta help me. All right here it is. Who is these guys? Does anyone watch the Hales? Hales. I'm getting a singer. I'm getting Harleys. Hail definition is the meaning of free, desire, conformity, robust, vigorous, hail. Hardy men in their prime. I really want to know what this is about, buddy. Is it a TV show? Is it, because you said nobody in true crime talks about it. I like to know what it is so I can talk about it. Is it like, Brian, you still here? Can you fill us in on who is this, guys? Who's the Hales? Who is the Hales? I see. Hello, I'm Andrew Halls. This is my YouTube channel, which stands for Losing All Hope Was Freedom. An act? Freedom quote. What is this? People banning TikTok. I'm not sure, but I've heard, heard about it. Briefly heard about it. Sandbag rescue. So far, so good. Fur babies, no. Kittens, kidoki. Yeah, I don't know who this. I got a call. Have a good day. You too, Brian. Hey, let me. When you get back, let me know if you come back. Let me know who this group is, so I can look them up, because I would love to figure out, all the bad people in this world. I try to do. So, quick note. Also, I do want to tell you guys a few things before we. Just want to let you guys know that what's his face? What's his face? You know who has been arrested? Well, not been arrested, but you know, Stefan. Stefan has now been charged with Madeline Soto's unaliving. Oh, I'll just rip that. I'm going to put that in a Ziploc bag. My only little snacks I got in the house. My combos. And of course, you know, my mom never called me back. She can't help, so I'm just like, well, we'll figure it out. Anywho, I can't get this figured out. Oh well, I'll have to put it in a Ziploc bag if I got one. Madeline Soto now can maybe be at rest. I'm so glad that he is being charged with her murder. Unfortunately, you know, this little girl, I do believe, told that guy Stefan. It is Brian. It really is Brian. I worry about them. It's hard to get. Yes, it is. Once you got, you know, older animals, it's so hard to find them rehomes, and some people don't want to take in an older animal. So yeah, I'm really glad that he was charged with murder. Also, let me see, because from what I heard from Joneson, posted a video earlier stating that there's my good friend Miss Sierra. I haven't seen her today in the chat. She must be napping. So we have storm chasing. Storm chasers, big hail, tornadoes. Storm chasing Vince is scheduled for 4:20. Okay, so I'm gonna hit notification on. I was looking for. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Miss Joneson for the photographic of Paul Grayson. Now, Paul Grayson is arrested. So we have if we haven't already checked them out. And this guy has been charged with the death of Madeline. So let me see. Let's see. Now, I don't see anything on News Nation about it. We know about the one student killed and one in custody after a school shooting 3 hours ago. That was the one. Look, and we know that was the kid. That one kid took a picture of it and sent it to her friend. Like, who would do that? I don't see Paul Grayson anywhere on the News Nation. I don't see. Oh, right here. Okay, hold on. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. We're going to watch this really quick before we end out. This is important because he is involved and we knew it. And for them to say that he was not involved is bullshit. So let me go do this real quick. Hi. Okay. Present. Okay, let's listen to this.
With the murders, this man you see right here was also now arrested. 31-year-old. He's a father of 3. Paul Grice is his name. And we're told that he confessed to police yesterday that he was involved in the planning, the killing, and the burying of the moms. Also, I have some exclusive new information on how the women were murdered. I want to bring in News Nation national security contributor, retired FBI special agent Tracy.
Did you guys hear that all right? Did you just hear what he freaking fracking said? Can you freaking fracking believe it? He admitted to it. Let's just back that train up.
With the murders, this man you see right here was also now arrested. 31-year-old. He's a father of 3. Paul Grice is his name. And we're told that he confessed to police yesterday that he was involved in planning, the killing, and the burying of the moms. Also, I have some exclusive new information on how the women were murdered. I want to bring in News Nation national security contributor, retired FBI special agent Tracy Wilder. Tracy, it's always good to see you. First thing I want to ask you, I thought it was interesting with Paul Grice, the 5th arrest now. Police are saying that he also confessed, that they went out and interviewed him yesterday, and that he confessed to his involvement. Grandma Tiffany apparently also confessed. Why do you think they're all confessing? I mean, a lot of times you think they just stay silent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great question, Brian. It's good to see you. I think a lot of this really goes back to that God's Misfit affiliation, and that has to do with being sovereign citizens. And they feel that what they did needed to be done and was necessary because they don't trust the government. They don't believe in the government. Therefore, they needed to intervene. I'm not saying that's right, but I think that's where their mind's at in regards to these confessions.
The other new information we're able to confirm now, Tracy, is that the 2 victims were not shot. We don't know the exact cause of death or how they died, but we did confirm through the medical examiner that they were not shot. What do you make of that? Because when I first heard that, it just, I don't know, my heart went out. I'm just thinking, I think it might have been a very, very brutal killing. You're kind of hoping if they were shot, it was quick and painless.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And that was something that I talked about with Dan Abrams a week or 2 ago, kind of really discussing why it took so long, quite frankly, to identify their bodies. And I want to be sensitive about this, but there's rumors, I don't know if it's true or not, that there was a broken hammer at the scene. And if that is the case, then it sounds perhaps they were bludgeoned to death. And that takes time to really figure out identifications with dental records. And so that's what I felt all along, is that they were not shot. They were beaten in some way, which is absolutely horrific.
Yeah, and we've also reported that there were large puddles of blood at the scene where the car was discovered, and that there was also blood inside the car. So it's looking more and more like it was really just a brutal murder. I want to take you inside the mind of this new suspect, though, Paul Grice. And you mentioned God's Misfits, this anti-government religious cult group they were a part of. We managed to get our hands on a land record that Paul filed last summer. This was a public document, and I want to read you part of it, Tracy, because it gives you an idea of what he thought and believed and what kind of person he was. It says, I repudiate and revoke my citizenship, if any ever existed, with the legal fiction known as the United States government. I claim my children as my God-given property and subject to none other. Government did not create my children, and therefore does not control my children. God created my children in their mother's womb with my sperm and are my creation, my property, and I waive none of my God-given rights or duties in the upbringing of my offspring. So this is something that this 5th suspect filed as part of a land record, but I guess this just goes back to the God's Misfits group. It kind of shows you what these folks were believing.
Right, so really the key where there's legal fiction, that's how they view society.
Mama,
it exists not in real life. It is just simply a construct that was made by someone that they don't have to answer to. And that's really kind of what the sovereign citizens are about too, although I know it's kind of 2 separate groups that we're looking at here. And as a result, they have a tendency to take the law into their own hands. And I think in this case, they believed every step of the way that the legal system was taking these kids from them, and they needed to get these kids back because those kids were their property and belonged to them in this sort of world simulation.
Wow, just disturbing. You saw the 5 suspects now. There's now 5 suspects. I mentioned the Grandma Tiffany confessed early on in a recorded statement. Do you think that she's the mastermind from what we know behind this whole thing. Do you think she's trying to work a deal behind the scenes? The death penalty could be on the table to avoid the death penalty. Is she the reason that they figured out that Paul Grice had enough involvement to be arrested? Do you think she's talking to them right now behind the scenes?
Yes and no. So you have to remember, this is a group that doesn't like the government. So I actually am thinking that they're not being compliant with the government, quite frankly, because they don't trust them, they don't believe in them, and they don't think they have any power over them. So I would be, and I could be surprised, right, that she's just rolling over and admitting everything and turning suspects over. I think this came from the 16-year-old daughter, and they were trying to track him down. And my guess is it was difficult to track him down, and that's why this took a bit longer. But I'm not sure that any of them are flipping on each other yet, simply because of their mistrust of the government and the legal system.
Yeah, I was out there, Tracy, talking to a number of people. Everybody knows everybody out there, and heard the same thing over and over again when it came to Grandma Tiffany and her boyfriend Tad, that people were intimidated by them, got a bad vibe many times. But in terms of Paul Grice, the fifth suspect, we heard a lot of really nice things, that he was a family man, that he was a hard worker, that they didn't really think he was involved. So the community seems to be really shocked by this, Tracy.
I mean, look, it's hard to sometimes know what someone's doing behind closed doors, right? And if this is someone that did share that core ideology, he may not have been an aggressive person. He may not have been a violent person. But when it comes to children, and again, he's
I cannot get over the way he
stated in that statement, they are his property and his property alone. They will do violent things.
Any chance you think that there could be more suspects involved? Because they said it's an open investigation, so.
You know, in my opinion,
and there's his family, guys.
Suspects directly involved in the.
That's that guy's family, and just because he has a family, the community doesn't want to believe that he had part of it when he freaking did. So it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Murders themselves, but there may be other kind of co-conspirators that may come out as a result of this. But I think the main murder suspects, those who participated in the deaths, are in custody now.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you
okay. Well, what a long day. What a long freaking day. Wasn't Lake Mead, they kept finding the bodies in the water went down? I do believe so, Spitfire. I know that one Lake Birdie is the one where they're finding all of these bodies, and they don't want to seem to investigate it. They don't want to seem to possibly, you know. So I think they need to search. I think they need to dig, you know. I mean, obviously them people are not just drowning, and, you know, it's just in 22 months, there's been what, like 12 men? Ranges from 20 to 40. It's just, I don't know. I think the community there definitely needs to get, I'm going to add some more to that case in a little while. But they definitely need to decide on, they need to take the community and what the community is saying and feeling. You know, maybe those deaths are not accidentally drownings. Maybe they were murdered, you know. And I will keep an eye on things too. Thank you, Spitfire, for being my girl and keeping an eye out on things. Spitfire, is it alive? Over? No, I'm still here, babes. I'm still here. I know, right? You thought you were going to be over, but I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys that because, you know, it was important. I'm glad that the fifth person has been arrested. I'll do some digging I'll do some more researching for some more stuff to go over. Got it all done so trash can come soon. They walk. Spitfire. Got it all done so they can trash it soon as they walk in. I totally get it, Ash. When you have kids, and my nieces and nephews used to be that way. My mom and my brother and sister-in-law, my brother's wife, would always be, you know, trying to clean up the house and get things done, and then the kids come and then they all trash it up within 5 minutes. So that happens. Thank you, everybody. I wonder if we hit 500. I'm gonna hit the like button myself. We're at 504. Oh my God, guys, we did it. Now, hopefully we can stay at 504 and not move. Let's hopefully stay at 504. Oh my gosh, I'd love to get to 550, but let's be comfortable at 505. Let's get to 505. So that way, if I lose a couple, I'm at 505. You know, if I 503, you know. It's so awesome to make 500. I'm so damn thrilled. I'm so excited. 500 brand new friends that I didn't think would listen to what I gotta say. I mean, I'm doing true crime, so everybody, you know, there's so much shit happening in this world. I'm glad. When I first started, I was gonna get into I was gonna do the drama with Popcorn P, with PCP, but then I decided not to because I seen what the other girls was getting, and so I decided I'm gonna do true crime instead of trying to expose PCP and getting taken down. You know, from trying to take, you know, not that I wanted to take his channel down. I just wanted him to admit what he did to those women and to admit what he did to all of his mods by, you know, not treating us right, you know, making us do all these headlines. And I didn't know what Telegram was until I found out what Telegram was and how it's a disgusting app where you can be secretive. You could delete other people's stuff before they do. It has like a crash, like it's crazy. Telegram is not a good app. Especially when PCP had it when I was over there being a mod and stuff. Just like everything happening, I'm glad I chose not to try to continue on like that. I mean, I still watch Saggy. I still watch Jade when she has. I still watch Simple Bell. Simple Bell. I don't even know if Simple Bell exists anymore. You know what? I don't even know if she exists anymore. Hold on a second. It might be with 2 L's. I don't even know if her channel is still existing. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back to you. Hold on. No. I think her channel's gone, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming back to you. Just give me a second. I was looking for something. All right, y'all. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys this, okay? Okay. This lady right here, you guys have to go check her out. Yeah, this is where I came from, guys, and this should tell you guys pretty much everything. His Miss Me, that was a lie. Oh, how about this one?
It's not the same thing. Like, I'm not frightened by these assholes. Like, I see through their nonsense. And I've learned, Jody, you can track these people.
Like, you can. This fool is digging, y'all. Y'all better stop.
This motherfucker digging deep, and people are contacting us, especially this fool, Andy. Hey, Andy, I know he got leads, y'all. Y'all better stop with this nonsense on the internet. You can be
Dude,
tracked.
I don't have. It's not even. I'll reveal a bit. It's not even just leads, dude. There are legit legal firms
Sick
who do this
fucking piece
for
of
legal
shit.
cases, and the government. They exist, guys. And yeah, you can get them to look up people on Twitter.
Yep.
It's you know, you can get an affidavit to say this is confirmed. There are ways to actually, you know, no one's identity is fully secure and anonymous online.
Correct.
No.
If you're putting your stuff out publicly, there are several ways, especially if you go on up to one of these level agencies.
Okay, so hold on. Hold on. Let me find. I'm so glad her channel's still up, but she hasn't really posted much. She says she's for victims and she's a liar. This lady right here, you guys cannot trust these people. Please. Steph the Altar Nerd. Oh my God. For 2 years, I was a paying subscriber. You guys just, it's just sick. Ew. All right, so let me see. Find that thing. I used to really like her. This is the where she tried to put me out on blast when I went to her and said, like, there's the screen junkies. I'm innocent. No. Sex predator. I'm telling you guys. Okay, so this is Brittany. This is another one that you guys definitely need to this is some deep shit, you guys. So yeah. So listen to this. Scooby?
There are channels out there, these toxic clout chasing channels that want nothing but to destroy me. Any little stupid thing they hear, conspiracy theory, thought, allegation, whatever, they pounce on it to attempt to destroy my credibility, my life. I don't want to give it any oxygen, but there was another allegation they put out last night, Steph. These people have crossed the line. They're coming after my family. Please don't engage with them or give them the attention. I will not engage and give the oxygen to these trolls, these pathetic, obsessed psychopaths. These are all people that were pushed out of my circle and just cannot stop trying to celebrate my downfall. They're sharing revenge porn of Steph. I don't even know how to begin to explain the depths of the psychoness, on the heels of debunking their insanity. These people will not stop. I'm not going to engage in the way they want. I've seen the rumors. Please don't encourage or watch them.
Hi, I'm Brittany, and today I wanted to discuss my experience with Andy Signor. I had recently been on Saggy's show and also Nerdette's newsstand. First and foremost, I would like to say that during 2021, I wasn't in the most confident place in my life, and I've been in relationships where I've struggled to set boundaries, and I had just come from a toxic relationship. I've also struggled to assert myself, and these are struggles that I had made Andy aware of in the beginning when we first became friendly with one another, when it was first platonic, and the show was when I just started hanging around in the community. So to start off, I started...
And when she went missing, when these girls, all Simple Bell, when Simple Bell went missing, I went and looked. I went and started asking questions, and that's when the big mod Will came after me. But I just trying to show you guys a little bit of history, a little bit where I've came from, being in a group that's been hostile. I was trying to find Simple Bell's one because she she's a mod and her story is just similar to mine. But look, I mean, he raised all this money to have him read Jamie Lynn Spears' book. Just, this is not a good person at all. But if you guys want to dig into it, I was hurt, so hurt when I left this community. I can't find the original one with Simple Bell, but he's not a very good guy. The way he treated people, and when you asked questions, you didn't get nowhere. And I paid 2
Hey
years.
everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor, and we are live. I'm here with Lewis and Steph. Thank you for being here, guys.
No problem.
You there, Steph? Cool. All right. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous.
It's all right.
Oh, this makes me so mad. Yeah, so I wish I could find Simple Bells who explained the video that he had put out there. He sent this porn video to Brittany, and that's how the whole big thing started, was because these girls were mods and they kept missing. And this is the video of the porn. It's crazy how YouTubers and creators, you think, come on, get off of there. Jesus, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. But you guys, how in the hell do I have 2 of them? Oh, what the hell? What did I do? Hold on. There we go. Back to normal. Back to normal. Okay, so there's you guys' little bit of deep dive shit. But yeah, I originally was going to come out and join the girls about it. I told my story. My story's on here. I just, because that channel took my investment into it all. I was so invested. Conversations. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what he did to them girls, and then taking content that really wasn't his, and he just lied to all of us. And I think a lot of us was hurt because we put a lot of time into pop. I did. I was there modding all the time, and that's what I'm just saying. Just like, you think back to everything, and you think that somebody, these creators out here, and you end up finding the ones that are no good. And that's unfortunately, what happens nowadays is you can't find good people. And so I connected the dots and found the entire network messages, encrypted images, and that needed keys to show the real thing. Exactly, Spitfire, our ninja. So about this, and it's just not worth using the app for harmless purposes. I totally agree. And I think that's why the girls stopped doing what they were doing, because I haven't seen Simple Bell in a long time. Saggy, she still goes live with a bunch of other stuff. Saggy Melons, but it's no longer Saggy. I think she has it as Saggy now, but I'm not sure. But, I didn't agree with what the girls' intentions, they wanted, and a lot of them even said they didn't want to bring Andy down. They just wanted him to admit him being a nasty pervert, And so that's why we all left, and that's when I found certain creators, and then that's when I found out that all the stuff, with, all the stuff that blew up, with the tragedy pimps, and then I got into, and I didn't think I was going to have a channel, to be honest. I didn't know if I wanted one because I know what Tina was going through, but Tina's the reason why I started. And Tattoo Angel, she's also been guiding me at one point in time. But I have met a lot of great people here. And I feel like everywhere you go, you're going to find your evil people and you're going to find your good ones. And I just know that I'm here for good, not for bad. And I'm glad everybody's here. And I'm even glad Rapper's here, even though he's known to be one of the big trolls, huh? Spitfire, you did get my email with what they want, right? What if I have 2 disclaimers? I'm trying to delete some stuff on my clipboard, but I think that's all I have for y'all. But I am going to drop this, even though I don't normally do it. I am going through some tough times right now. So if you guys like to, you don't have to. I usually don't post my Amazon here because I get hate from it. But like I said, the reason why I made the Amazon list was because my mom just now started, purchasing things online. I don't know what it is with elderly people, but do you guys have this issues with your parents? They don't want to be online, like they don't want to shop, they don't want to purchase anything. My mom won't even pay her phone bill over the internet. Like, I'm like, Mom, they have safe sites, like you can, I am going to invest in getting me an antivirus protector. I added some to my Amazon list. I added a Norton and McAfee because those are the only 2 that I really know. I know Norton used to be really good back in the day, but I did add those. But I'm trying to convince my mom, like, Mom, it's okay to do certain things online. You can buy, you just got to trust. You got to buy off the trusted sites. And so at Christmas time, she got us, I think it was at my birthday time. Wow, this whole world's going to shit. Absolutely right, Ash. I'm just letting you know because I've been listening and I can't chat and I was editing videos. Okay, so I'm really far behind. Hi y'all, hi. I had to sleep too. I have to work overnight. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna close down anyways. It's 4:02, and I gotta go try to figure out some stuff for food and dinner, and I gotta figure that out. So I will see you guys sometime. I don't know when. I'll be back, I guess. I don't know. I have some issues I need to take care of, so I don't know when I'll be back. Hopefully maybe I'll be back tomorrow, depending on how I feel, and if some asshole wants to get on my bad side and make me upset and mad, then yeah. So y'all have a great day. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Bye.